But you can win money playing Keno here.
You are?
You just pick 10 numbers, then Keno picks 20. The more you match, the more you win.
You'd make a great pirate, Goat.
Grab your treasure. Win up to $100,000 every 3.5 minutes playing Keno from the Georgia Lottery. Play responsibly.
We are getting closer to tip-off. Time now for a visit with the Dogs head coach, Mike White. With the coach, here's Scott Howard.
Back here in Wichita, Kansas, NCAA tournament. Coach Mike White is here as the Georgia Bulldogs get ready for the Gonzaga Bulldogs. And Mike, congratulations on getting to this point. What got this team here this far in the season?
Our culture, our connectivity, our character as people, the young people in the locker room, and then their basketball character as well. Guys cared, resilient group. Silas Demery's elevated play late in the season, of course. Blue Cain's elevated play. Asa Newell's consistency throughout the year. We've overcome an incredibly difficult schedule, and we're dancing. It's an awesome day, for the Dogs, for our program, for this team, and our aim is to stay here in Wichita a little bit longer.
You mentioned the schedule, and I know you don't know the outcome at this point, but how much do you feel like that schedule can help in a situation like this in postseason?
Against most teams, from a conference that just doesn't quite stack up to the SEC, which is all of them right now, obviously, but from a program that's Gonzaga is a little bit unique in that I don't think it's quite the advantage that it would be with some other programs because they've gone to 9 straight Sweet 16s. It's what they do. They've got a bunch of guys with winning experience. That said, it gives us a better chance, obviously, because we've played some of the best teams in the country in our league, and then we've got the St. John's and the Marquette experience. So our guys won't be intimidated. We'll be resilient. We'll respond through some adversities. That said, Gonzaga's really good, and we're going to have to simply play better than them.
Well, can you tell us a little bit more about the matchups?
Gonzaga's really good downhill and transition offense, one of the best in the country at rim runs with their big. Their bigs really, really run, and they play 4 or 5 of them that they ship in and out of the game. Their depth is a little bit like Florida in that regard, and their ball screen motion is very similar to Florida's. So their pitch ahead to duck-ins, their pitch ahead to rips, especially with Khalif Battle, just the quick rips to the middle to the baseline. And then their ball screen offense with Nembhard, who's probably the best passer in the country, making everyone around him better, is something that we've got to defend at a high level. And then they're solid defensively, like Gonzaga is year in and year out. But they're very similar to how we defend, and so there won't be really big surprises there for our offense.
You had Nembhard's brother at Florida.
Yeah.
Is there similarities between the two brothers' style of play?
Yeah. Eerily similar. When you watch them on film, it's incredible. Their mannerisms, the way they see the floor. Ryan is not quite as tall and quite as big, but he's a little bit faster. And other than that, they're very similar. They both can make shots off the bounce. They're both tough as nails. Like this kid's 6 foot 180 and plays 6'3". He doesn't miss blockouts. He really defends. He really competes, just like Andrew, who's having a great career in the NBA. So he's a heck of a player.
How have your guys reacted to this moment?
They're excited, and we're going to play with joy. The moment's not going to be too big for us. That's what we're preaching to these guys. It's a neutral site. It's the big dance. And we'd be lying if we said, hey, all year we're hyping it up, of course. If you can somehow get here through growth and process-driven, of course, the NCAA tournament, there's nothing like it for all of you guys that haven't experienced. That's what we've been preaching to these guys all year, especially in the last month as we've made this run. Outside of R.J. Godfrey, none of these guys have experienced this. And then to say, hey, guys, it's not a big deal. It's just a neutral site game. We'd be contradicting the message, over the course of the last month. So our guys know it's the big stage. That said, it's about winning round one. It's about staying in the moment. It is a neutral site. High-level opponent, and we've done that before. So hopefully we can settle in here in these first couple rounds where we get to the point where it's a game, and it's not the NCAA tournament. It's not the lights are a little bit too bright for us. Once the thing's tipped, we need to settle in, and it's going to be us versus Gonzaga.
Mike, thanks for your time. I can see you're ready to go. So much good luck today.
Thank you, Scott.
All right, that's Coach Mike White, Georgia and Gonzaga coming up here in the NCAA tournament. And we'll give you the starting lineups right after this on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance here. And wait, before you tune out, we get it. We know you're too busy to think about upgrading your insurance coverage right now. But if you wait until you need it, it's too late. Our friendly folks live here in Georgia, and their goal is to get you what you need fast. Call 877-404-1050 for a quick quote and coverage from a company you can actually depend on. Georgia Farm.
Or a brand new Mercedes GLC 300 with an inline-4 turbo. Tax and licensing included. Speeding tickets are on you, though. The Benz Voyage giveaway. Grand prize drawing March 31st. Details at northernquest.com.
Close your eyes and imagine eating surf and turf at the fanciest steakhouse you've ever been to. Smell the beef, the fish, the cheddar sauce. Oh, there's no cheddar sauce at your imaginary steakhouse? Then open your eyes and head to Arby's. Get a beef and cheddar, fish and cheddar, or crispy fish. 2 for just $6.99. It's even better than you ever imagined. Arby's, we have the meats.
At participating Arby's for a limited time.
Marsh McLennan Agency is a proud sponsor of Gonzaga Sports. When it comes to insurance, how hard does your team really work for you? At Marsh McLennan Agency, we do the shopping for the right insurance carrier, ensuring you get the right coverage tailored to your needs. Our local experts are dedicated to providing personalized service backed by the resources of Marsh, the global leader in insurance. Visit MMANorthwest.com and get started on finding a better insurance coverage for you. Go Zags!
It's time for Home Team Rewards. Zag fans, get your Bulldog branded ICCU Premier Rewards Visa credit card, the only card where you can earn rewards for everyday purchases while giving back to Gonzaga University. Choose from a Visa Rewards card with a lower rate or a Premier Rewards card with maximum rewards. With no annual fees, card control, and next-level security, you can spend smart from tap to app. Zags, rejoice! Find your card at iccu.com/GoZags on approved credit.
Emma fakes the pass, shoots the three, and knocks it down for the Bulldogs.
This is the 2025 NCAA Tournament.
Another three for Nolan, rattles home. 23 big ones for Nolan, who turns and barks at the fan who was giving him the business on the sideline.
It's the Battle of the Bulldogs. Tip-off is next. Live from Intrust Bank Arena in Wichita, Kansas. Here's Tom Hudson.
We're in Wichita, Kansas, where the Gonzaga Bulldogs will make their 26th consecutive appearance in the NCAA tournament, standing in the way of a Zags' 16th straight round one win. The 9th-seeded Georgia Bulldogs out of the Southeastern Conference. Tom Hudson, Adam Morrison with you here this afternoon in Wichita, Kansas, where Mo, the Bulldogs have an opportunity to keep this season rolling. They've won 9 of their last 10 ball games and seem to be headed in the right direction here as we open this NCAA tournament.
Yeah, terrific Vegas tournament. A week before that, we had to win 2 games to get the 2nd seed in the first round bye, so we were in playoff mode right away, which is a good thing for your basketball team. Our guys have stepped up to the plate, have played well, so this is a great challenge. Obviously, being in the NCAA tournament, every game is going to be tough, but this is a great challenge for us in the first round.
Georgia, one of 14 SEC teams in this NCAA tournament, finished 8-10 in league play, 20-12 overall for Mike White's team as he leads Georgia for the 3rd consecutive year. And of course, Coach Few, his record speaks for itself as he is recently nominated for the Hall of Fame. So 2 pretty darn good coaches, a program that's been in it quite a bit, a program who has had very little success in the postseason here over the last decade, getting ready to square off here in this opening round game. The winner gets to take on the top seed Houston in the Midwest. The Cougars easy winners in our first game in Wichita here today. Well, we're going to take a quick break here in Wichita, and we come back. It's almost time for basketball. We've got our starting lineups, Mo's keys to the game, and our opening tip. It's all coming your way after this. You're listening to Gonzaga Bulldog Basketball from Learfield.
Some days you hit snooze, but not today. Today you have to go on a run to get burgers for the tailgate. You've got to haul something heavy, a cooler stocked with Bud Light. When you've got beer and football, nothing is hard. Until the other team scores. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus, copyright 2024, Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Spokane International Airport is a proud sponsor of Gonzaga Athletics. The airport connects Zags fans and alums with over 60 daily departures to more than 20 nonstop destinations provided by 7 major airlines, as well as one-stop connections to most major metropolitan centers throughout the U.S. Real-time arrival and flight departure information is available at SpokaneAirports.net. Spokane International Airport, when it's time to fly.
BECU. You've heard the name, seen the letters. But what does BECU stand for? Simply put, not-for-profit BECU stands for people. For charting your own path. For choosing what's right for members instead of what's profitable for someone else. Because they are the reason our credit union exists. So we do everything in our power to help them reach their financial goals. BECU. Power in people. All Pacific Northwest residents are eligible to join. Federally insured by NCUA.
How close can you get with Verizon Access? Front row close. Red carpet close. Backstage pass is close. Playing quarterback for your favorite NFL team close. Okay, not that close. But watching from the sidelines close? You bet. Get into the experiences you love, like concerts, games, and exclusive pre-sales, just for being a Verizon customer. Verizon Access. You're in. Learn more at verizon.com/access.
Support Gonzaga basketball through NIL. Zags Collective is the leading NIL collective supporting Zags student athletes through name, image, and likeness. Zags Collective creates opportunities for student athletes to engage with the community and grow their brand. Plus, you get access to autograph sessions, exclusive events, and more. Become a member today. Go to zagscollective.com and get started.
Every year, the crowds go crazy for the Cal Triple Play of the Day, where you can get tricked out cool trucks or sporty SUVs just in time for winter. And this week, you can delay all payments until next year. Get a minimum $2,000 trade-in value for your old ride, plus get a 2-year service maintenance program with every vehicle sold, which is a triple play opportunity this week at both Cal locations.
Welcome back to Wichita, Kansas. Let's take a look at our starting lineups for tonight's NCAA tournament game. First for the Georgia Bulldogs, the number 9 seed in the Midwest out of the SEC. They're 20-12, 8-10 in league play. Blue Kane is going to get the start at the point. He's a 6'5", 195-pounder out of Knoxville, Tennessee, averaging 9.6 points per game so far in his young career. Silas DeMurray is a shooting guard who is averaging 13.4 points per game in his sophomore season out of Raleigh, North Carolina. R.G. Godfrey, 6'8", 230-pound junior. His dad played 11 seasons in the NFL. He was a football legend at Georgia. He chose the basketball path and is averaging 6.5 points, 4 rebounds per game. Dylan James also starting today. The 6'9", 210-pound sophomore out of Winter Haven, Florida, averages 3.3 points per contest. Asa Newell, the Zags recruited him, couldn't quite get him. He's considered a top 10 type of an NBA player in the upcoming NBA draft. 15.3 points, 6.8 rebounds per game. For the Bulldogs, Ryan Nembhard gets to start at the point. 325 assists on the season, just 5 short of moving into the top 5 in all of NCAA basketball history. He's averaging 10.8 points and a nation-best 9.8 assists per game. They'll be joined in starting backcourt by the senior Nolan Hickman, who's averaging 11 points, the 6'2", 190-pounder out of Seattle. Starting on the wing for the Bulldogs, it'll be Caleb Battle. Caleb is 6'5", 185-pound grad transfer playing in his first NCAA tournament game, averaging 13.2 points per contest. On the front line, we're going to see Braden Huff get his third start, averaging 11 points per contest, had 18 in the win over St. Mary's last Tuesday. In the middle, it's Graham Ike, who leads the Zags, 17 points, 7.5 rebounds per game. Mo, keys to the game for the Zags here against Georgia in Wichita.
Rebounding is going to be important first and foremost. Georgia plus 4.5 in the best league in the country on the glass. Obviously, we were minus 15 against St. Mary's. Can't happen tonight. Second is shoot the ball well from 3. 1 for 15 against St. Mary's. Can't go 1 for 15 against anybody in the NCAA tournament. We've got to shoot the ball well from the outside. Third most important, you talked about Asa Newell. the key to their whole success offensively. We have to do a good job defending him. We can't pick up early fouls. I'll be curious to see if we go to a double team early.
Let's look at our keys to the game. The Bulldogs is the 8th seed. Third time in school history they've been in 8. The previous 2 times they've won their opening round game. They're the home team as the higher seed, wearing their white home uniforms, the traditional whites with the red and blue trim. Gonzaga across their chest, their names in blue on the backs of the uniforms. Meanwhile, the Georgia Bulldogs will wear their black uniforms with the red and white trim. Georgia across their chest, their names in white on the backs of the uniforms. The Zags are going to move right to left in the first 20 minutes of action in today's game. Marquise Pettigrew, Nate Harris, Lucas Santos are our officials for this afternoon's contest. Second game in the Midwest region here in Wichita. 2 more games to come tonight. And here we go, the Bulldogs with their 26th straight NCAA tournament appearance against a Georgia team that's here for the first time since 2015. Graham Ike is going to jump center for the Zags. He's already on the floor. Mason Newell, final word with one of his assistant coaches. He will now walk out onto the floor and join his teammates. It looks like Dylan James. No, he steps out. Now Newell will step in. And he will jump center for Georgia to get things started here in tonight's game. Ball's in the air. Newell wins the opening tip. And Georgia has the basketball. Into the front court with it. Demery dribbling. Gives it up to Kane. Now left side duel at the three-point line. He's defended by Huff. Wraparound bounce pass is out of bounds, deflected by Nolan Hickman.
See, earlier they tried to post up Nolan on a back cut. See if that has part of their plan to post up the smaller guards for Gonzaga.
Inbound play. Get it in the corner to Kane. Out at the three-point line. He passes it, gets right back, turns the corner. A little pull up from 12. Back iron, no good. Rebound, Nemhart. Zags out and running. Right into the front court. Jump pass, left side. Hickman catches and fires. 3 from the left side is all net. And the Zags strike first.
That's a great start. Obviously, Nolan didn't have a great tournament in Vegas. First shot in.
Demeray into the front court. Gives it up to Godfrey. Now left side into the hands of their big man, James. And now it's Newell with the dribbling three-point line. Picks it up, underhand flip. Demery will pull up, shoot a 3 to answer. It's way off the mark. Rebound is fought for. Georgia comes away with it. Here's a back cut by James. Had it stripped away by Battle. It's out of bounds. Last touched by the Georgia Bulldogs. Newell kicked it out of bounds.
Great hands by Battle inside. He could have fouled, and he kept his hands back and then waited for the player to go up and stripped it clean down below. Good call by the official as well.
Demeray will defend Nemhart as he brings it up the floor. Left sideline pass to Hickman. One-hander out to Ike. Hands it back to Nemhart between the circles. Left side, Battle fakes the 3. Drives baseline. Little one-handed runner is good. And the Zags are out to an early 5-0 lead.
I like that. Instead of settling for the 3, Huddy goes baseline side. Hits a nice little 8-footer.
Demery dribbles to his left. Gets it away to Godfrey. One dribble. Hands it off to James. James out top to Newell. He's defended by Huff. Couple dribbles to his left, hands it off to Kane. He rises and fires. That 3 won't go down. Rebound goes to Battle for the Bulldogs. Caleb into the front court with a dribble, gives it up right side. Nemhart thought about the 3, now will drive, bounces it down low for Huff. Huff hits, misses, but he's headed to the free throw line.
I like the pace early. I know it's only been 3 possessions, but pushing the basketball, on the front foot, then defensively flying around and talking.
Well, Braden Huff is going to head to the free throw line for the Bulldogs. Huff, second straight start, 3rd of his young Bulldog career. Braden has the ball from the official, 74.5% on the season from the line. Left-handed sophomore out of Illinois, all net on his first opportunity here in Wichita. Braden has the ball from the official for his second attempt. Graham Ike stands at half court as Huff rattles out the second. So 1 out of 2. It's a 6-0 Gonzaga advantage. Bulldogs going to show that press. Kane has it in the backcourt. Passes in the front court, and now they work it on the baseline. Godfrey throws up a wild one. It's off the mark. Newell rebounds, falls down. He's on the baseline, and now we're going to get a jump ball call. It's Gonzaga basketball.
Thought that was a traveling violation. The ref threw his hands up like we were all idiots complaining about it, but he rolled with the basketball right there.
We're going to get some pressure from Georgia now as Huff inbounds to Nembhard. Bulldogs 2 minutes in, lead at 6-0 over the Georgia Bulldogs. Nembhard across half court with the dribble. Bounces it to Huff. Huff between the circles, over left side to Hickman. Looks down low for Ike. Graham is fouled from behind. An easy one for the official. The Georgia fans aren't going to like it, but Dylan James had a fistful of the jersey of Graham Ike.
Yeah, he had to take that foul. That was their 90 action, their cross screen, down screen. It was going to be a wide open layup if he didn't foul.
Nembhard will inbound on the baseline, near side of the floor. Surveys, lobs it in for Huff. 3-point line left side. Defended by Demery, backing him down. Has the size advantage and finishes. Bulldogs 8, Georgia nothing. Long pass up the floor. Godfrey catches, able to save it. Here's a drive by Kane, stripped away from him. Ball is loose, not anymore. Ike has it for the Bulldogs. Quickly to Nembhard. Nembhard 1-on-3, turns up the speed. He's cut off. Kick out to Ike at the 3-point line. And Graham's going to go to work on the defender. Boy, they are just hammered each other. Godfrey and Ike. Graham spins baseline up and a little bit too strong. Here comes George the other way. Hickman slows down Demery. Demery driving with the left hand. Bounce on the baseline and Newell gets underneath the basket. Dribbles it out of bounds. It's going to be Gonzaga basketball. Zags lead it 8-0. They have the ball. We've played nearly 3 minutes here in Wichita. Huff with the inbound to Nembhard. Nembhard, one-handed pass in the front court to Ike at 30 feet. Godfrey hammering him. That's been a physical matchup early. Here's a pass left side, Nembhard. He catches and shoots. That three rattles around and drops. Used every piece of it. The three is good. It's 11-0 Gonzaga.
Looked long to me, but gets the nice shooter's touch.
Godfrey passes out of bounds. Boy, Godfrey and James a little frustrated with one another. Godfrey was thrown to the corner. James was cutting to the basket, and it's Gonzaga ball.
Yeah, what a terrific start defensively for Gonzaga. Obviously pitching a shutout right now, but just flying around, walling up around the basket, digging out loose basketballs, and then on the other end, Huddy making shots, getting to the rim, making floaters, sharing the basketball. Perfect start.
Tyron Lawrence checks in for Georgia. Lawrence, a grad transfer. 8.5 points per game on the season for him. Also, Somto Surreal has checked in, a freshman big man. One of the top freshman defenders in the country, 1.6 blocks per game. Here's battle off the Ike screen, fires it back to Graham, little up and under and in. Gonzaga rolling 13-0 early here in Wichita.
A great pass on the short roll, and Graham did a good job of not traveling on that catch.
Demery picks up his dribble between the circles, passes it away. Surreal. He gets to Lawrence, dribbles in the left corner. Zags trap him over there. Trying to get it away. He does. Cyril has it. Spins to the baseline, had it stripped away. It's out of bounds. It's going to stay with Georgia. We have our first official timeout in Wichita, and what a start for the Bulldogs. 15:59 to play in the first half. It's Gonzaga 13, Georgia nothing. You're listening to Gonzaga Bulldog basketball from their field.
Today's students are smart, savvy, and heading towards a future filled with possibilities. Education is the light that can help guide them on their path to fulfilling their dreams. That's why Washington's Lottery is a proud partner in the goal to promote college and career training. With every lottery game you play in the pursuit of making your dreams a reality, you're supporting the next generation of game changers who are using education as the way to reach theirs. Thanks for playing, Washington.
Anyone who works for themselves has the toughest boss on the planet, a real taskmaster with no respect for nights or weekends. Still, it doesn't have to be lonely at the top. Wheatland Bank makes running a business seamless with a careful mix of personal service, deep resources, and the latest tech. After all, you're only human. Unlike that bully whose name's on the door, you're 5-star Wheatland Bank. Relationships you can count on.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Some days you hit snooze, but not today. Today you have to go on a run to get burgers for the tailgate. You've got to haul something heavy, a cooler stocked with Bud Light. When you've got beer and football, nothing is hard, until the other team scores. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus. Copyright 2024 Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Zags 13, Georgia nothing. 15:59 to play first half. This broadcast of the NCAA Division I Men's Basketball Championship is authorized under broadcast rights granted by the NCAA through Westwood One. It is intended solely for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any reproduction, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the express written consent of the NCAA and Westwood One is strictly prohibited. Hey, Mo, before we get to the game, quick shout-out to the fifth graders at Hamblin Elementary back in Spokane. Had an opportunity to do a Zoom call with them. That's where my son goes to school, and I got to talk to all three classes, Mrs. Smith's class, Mrs. Luton's class, Mr. Barmas's class. We talked Zag basketball. We talked a little bit of life. It was a whole lot of fun. Go Huskies.
That's the only time you can say go Huskies.
Exactly. It's the Hamblin Huskies. Exactly. But, hey, kids, great talking to you. We had a whole lot of fun. I'm glad we were able to hook that up and make it work. So thanks again. It was a lot of fun. Mo, speaking of fun, you're a Zag fan, 13-0. What a start for GE.
Yeah, 5 for 6 from the field. Georgia 0 for 5, 0 for 2 from 3. So obviously a perfect start defensively. Got to continue the intensity. Obviously a ton of basketball left.
Georgia inbound on the baseline, 7 seconds on the shot clock. Demeray looking to get it in, pass it in. Surreal has it. 4 seconds to shoot. Into the paint. Forces one on Huff. A lot of contact. Misses the shot. Newell rebounds. Throws it up and in to get Georgia on the board. Nemhard will bring the ball up the floor under some pressure from Dakota LeFew, who's checked in off the bench. Nemhard picks up the dribble, gets it away to Ike, who hands it right back to the senior point guard. Nemhard driving, kicks left side Hickman, where he hit his first three to open the game. Bounces to Ike. Ike backing down Surreal. Here comes a double team. Graham to the right hand, flips it up and in as he falls to the ground.
It's got to be a foul on the bounce down, man.
Yes.
It's just two arms in the back.
15-2. Demeray drives, tries to bounce it, and the ball is kicked by Graham Ike. It's going to stay with Georgia. I think there was a little travel there, too, on Demeray when he was underneath the basket. Georgia's going to keep possession. 22 seconds on the shot clock. Demeray lobs it in three-point line. Newell. Pass out top. Lawrence now left side. LeFew gives it up in the corner. Demeray. They're looking down low for Newell. He's got it. Back to the basket. Defended by Ike. Backing him down with a right-handed dribble. Spins to his left, and Graham's going to be whistled for the person.
What's the difference?
Well,
that's what he's saying right away, and Coach Few's saying the same thing.
Yeah,
There's no difference on his back down the previous play. That's a tough break for Graham Ike. I thought he did the exact same thing that Surreal did to him. So, I don't know. Here we go, Huddy.
Yeah. Now, Graham will head to the bench. Ben Gregg checks in for him. Georgia lobs it in. Surreal on the left wing. He hands it back. Demeray shoots a three from the left side. That's short. Newell rebound. Put back. Won't go down, but that'll be Braden Huff, I believe, whistled for the personal foul. That is Braden's first. That is the first foul on Braden Huff. 2 free throws coming for Asa Newell. Newell 74% at the line this season. The freshman out of Florida. First one won't go down. His older brother, a former walk-on, now has a scholarship, doesn't play a whole lot. Their grandmother actually worked at the University of Georgia in the president's office. They used to spend time there when they were youngsters. Ready for his second. Left-hander taking his time and hits the second. Gonzaga 15. Georgia 3. Yes. Bulldogs working around the perimeter to the hands of Nemhard. Looks down low for Huff. That pass is deflected. Demeray chases it down, throws it off of Caleb Battle. Kicks out of bounds in favor of Georgia.
Tough angle on that pass. They ran 90 again. We worked with Graham Ike earlier and picked up a foul. Coach Few goes back to it. Georgia did a much better job defending at that time.
14:42 to play in the first half. Demeray brings the ball up the floor for Georgia. Screen from Newell, dribbles to his right, bounces back to Newell. Newell power dribble into the paint. He travels with it. Turnover on Georgia, another one. It's going to be Gonzaga basketball. And LeFew will pressure Nembhard in the backcourt. Transfer. All over Nembhard, who picks up his dribble, skips it left corner to Hickman. Catches, thought about the three, pulls it down, out to Huff at the three-point line. Braden dribbles it once, over to Nembhard. Nembhard to the right side, bounces on the baseline to Greg. Kick out to Hickman, fires a deep three, and makes another one. Second of the first half for Nolan Hickman. 18-3, Zags on top.
Good spray out on that pass by Ben Gregg right there. Threw him open.
Newell sets a screen for Lawrence, who drives, has his shot blocked. It's out of bounds.
How is it?
It was off of Lawrence, right?
How is that?
That's going to stay there.
Here's the replay.
Yeah, Lawrence off his forearm, out of bounds. It's not even close. Getting a look at the replay here. And Georgia will retain possession. Caleb Battle checks out for the first time. Emmanuel Inocente in for the Bulldogs. Become a key part of the Bulldogs rotation here over the last 2 months. Inbound to LeFew in the left corner. Hands it off to Surreal, gets it back, and they try to get to Surreal. He kicks it out of bounds. Another turnover on Georgia. It's Gonzaga ball.
That time he made the right call.
Yes, saw it that time. Well, LeFew's going to continue to face guard Nembhard, so Greg inbounds to Hickman. Hickman gives it up to Ryan, who's into the front court with a dribble. Between the circles, LeFew all over him. You hear the slap from here. Nembhard bounces it to Huff. Huff finds Inocente cutting baseline. He's cut off, dribbles away from the pressure. Out to Hickman. Hickman, little crossover on LeFew, passes in the corner. Inocente shoots a three and makes it all net for the Bulldogs defensive specialist. It's 21-3. Shot off the mark, ball is loose. Newell has it stripped away from him by Inocente, and now Inocente is going to be fouled. Newell in the fray gets hit in the face. Inocente with a great play, and the Georgia Bulldogs are upset. The contact happened and the scramble for the basketball after the foul. The foul is not on Newell.
I think it was just fair play. I mean, obviously you don't want to see a kid get hit in the face, but Inocente went for the full rake right there and got the ball first and then body second, so that's a legal play.
So they're going to call the foul on Newell, and they're going to go and look at the monitor for contact.
So he just did the same thing, rolled his eyes, because it's just like, what are we looking at?
13 minutes, 10 seconds to play first half. Gonzaga leads 21-3 our score. So both teams will take this opportunity to use a timeout. The officials look at the monitor. So you'll have two officials looking at it right now. They'll call over the third. And all get an opportunity to see it. And hopefully this is a real quick one where they just say, play on.
Hope is a dangerous thing, honey.
Yeah, yes, it is.
Especially with these officials.
Yep, and hey, this time hope wins. They're going to say it was just a basketball play, and the teams are going to head back out onto the floor. So again, the Zags lead 21-3. They jumped out to a 13-0 lead. And Nolan Hickman's going to inbound in front of us at the table. Bounces it in to Nembhard. LeFew's going to meet him at half court. Gives it up to Inocente. Bounces it to Huff at the top of the key. Braden a couple dribbles. Keeps it alive. Now hands it off to Nembhard. Ryan picks up his dribble. Bounces back to Huff. Little one-hander up and in. Two more for Braden Huff. Two more for the Zags, who lead it by 20. 23-3 is the score. A little more than 7 minutes gone by. James back on the floor, dribbling to his left, hands it off to Kane, who's returned. He turns the corner, off balance, high off the glass, wouldn't go down. Huff with the rebound to Nembhard. Nembhard, long pass up the floor. Inocente gathers, goes up for the shot. It is blocked from behind. Good hustle play by LeFew, who came out of nowhere to stop a fast break layup.
Yeah, that was a good sprint out and throw ahead. I think, to be fair, Inocente has been terrific in the short spurt, but he's got to finish that. You know what I mean? He got to go up and dunk that ball.
Gonzaga is going to have the basketball. Inbounding on the baseline is Nembhard. Passes it into the backcourt where Inocente chases it down. To Hickman in the front court, 40 feet from the basket. Lawrence defends him, dribbles between the circles to Inocente in front of the Georgia bench. Back out to Hickman. Hickman gets a screen from Greg, refuses it, picks up his dribble, bounces to Greg, top of the key, right corner pass, Innocente, quick bounce to Huff, spins to the baseline, reverses and scores 2 more. It is all Gonzaga in Wichita, 25-3.
Excellent up and under impatience by Braden Huff.
Lortz out top, passes it in the near corner of the few, sets and fires. A wide open 3 is short. Huff has the rebound, hands it off to Nemhard. Long pass up the floor. Hickman catches on the right side. Lawrence gets back defensively to cut him off. Huff trailing now to Nemhard. Nemhard dribbling on the left perimeter. Bounce it back to Huff. Huff to Nemhard into the paint. Extra pass. Greg gets the defender in the air, misses the shot, gets it back and scores. Ben Gregg with the basket. Georgia wants a timeout. Zags 27. Georgia 3. Bulldog fans loving it right now. Georgia, quite frankly, is stunned at this start from Gonzaga. This timeout called by Georgia extends into a full timeout, so we're going to take it as well. We're back in Wichita after this. You're listening to Gonzaga Bulldog basketball from their field.
Some days you hit snooze, but not today. Today you have to go on a run to get burgers for the tailgate. You've got to haul something heavy, a cooler stocked with Bud Light. When you've got beer and football, nothing is hard. Until the other team scores. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus, copyright 2024, Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
How close can you get with Verizon Access? Front row close. Red carpet close. Backstage pass is close. Playing quarterback for your favorite NFL team close. Okay, not that close. But watching from the sidelines close? You bet. Get into the experiences you love, like concerts, games, and exclusive pre-sales, just for being a Verizon customer. Verizon Access. You're in. Learn more at verizon.com/access.
It's that time of year again. My schedule is packed with bracket-busting, three-point shooting, non-stop basketball action. I don't want to miss a second of it. That's why I go for a 5-hour energy shot. They're perfect for my days packed with back-to-back games or when my favorite team's playing late. 5-hour energy keeps me going during the broadcast and the next morning when I need to get myself up into work. Visit 5hourenergy.com for great deals and to stock up before tip-off.
27-3, the start for Gonzaga over Georgia with 11 minutes and 43 seconds to play in our first half. Numerica Credit Union, money answers for people who know Gonzaga does in fact exist. Plus, show your Bulldog pride with your Zags debit card offered only at Numerica, federally insured by NCAA. Fantastic start for Gonzaga, Mo. The Bulldogs shooting it really well. Georgia has struggled to this point. You know, sometimes you say, hey, you're just making shots. I think the Zags have taken some really good ones. I mean, this isn't, playing out of your mind.
Yep.
And I think the Bulldogs have done a nice job of making it difficult for Georgia.
Well, we're making the right reads offensively, and all these shots have come in rhythm. Like you said, we're not hitting contested fadeaways. We're getting all the stuff that we want. We're playing through contact, especially inside. Out on the perimeter, they're trying to do the face guard deal with Nemhard. He's done a good job of not letting him effective, still getting to the offensive area to get your sets going. And then, our two inside guys are 2 for 3, 3 for 3. I mean, everybody's rolling right now, 11 to 14. That goes without saying, but just fantastic ball move. What a great minutes by Innocente. Yeah. I mean, he digs out a ball, he hits a 3, he gets a run out, right? You know what I mean? Just all the little plays. Great minutes.
Bulldogs show pressure late in the backcourt. Stromer and Ajayi have checked in. Here's Newell back on the floor, cut off by Ajayi on his drive. Hands it off in the far corner. Back on the floor is Godfrey. Passes it out. Demery has it now. He'll dribble from the left side of the floor, back out between the circles to Kane, who gives it right back to the sophomore guard. Godfrey sets a screen for Demery. He dribbles to the right wing. 3 seconds to shoot. Little push off. Shot rattles around and drops. And who's the foul on? If anything, it's an offensive foul, you would think, but they're going to count the basket and call it on Stromer. Demery Jr. is going to head to the free throw line, but before that, we've got a timeout on the floor with the Bulldogs leading it 27-5. 11 minutes and 14 seconds to play in our game's first half. And let's take this timeout as well. So 11-14 to play first half. Zags 27, Georgia 5. You're listening to Gonzaga Bulldog basketball from Learfield.
Spokane International Airport is a proud sponsor of Gonzaga Athletics. The airport connects Zags fans and alums with over 60 daily departures to more than 20 nonstop destinations provided by 7 major airlines, as well as one-stop connections to most major metropolitan centers throughout the U.S. Real-time arrival and flight departure information is available at SpokaneAirports.net. Spokane International Airport, when it's time to fly.
At Papa Murphy's, dinner's easy and delicious. We make it fresh, scratch-made dough, hand-chopped veggies, so you can bake it at home. Hot, fresh, and perfect every time. Try the Cowboy Pizza tonight for just $12.99. Order now at papamurphys.com. Change the way you pizza. At Papa Murphy's, dinner's easy and delicious. We make it fresh, scratch-made dough, hand-chopped veggies, so you can bake it at home. Hot, fresh, and perfect every time. Try the Cowboy Pizza tonight for just $12.99. Order now at papamurphys.com. Change the way you pizza.
The next time you visit Northern Quest, we suggest bringing your sea legs and your lead foot. It's the $100,000 Ben's Voyage giveaway. Play daily with your Camas Rewards card, and you could win a cruise line adventure or a brand new Mercedes GLC 300 with an inline-4 turbo. Tax and licensing included. Speeding tickets are on you, though. The Ben's Voyage giveaway. Grand prize drawing March 31st. Details at northernquest.com.
Back in Wichita, Kansas, alongside Adam Morse and Tom Hudson with you here, where Gonzaga is out to a 27-5 lead over Georgia with 11 minutes and 14 seconds to play in the first half. And really, Mo, we talked about in the pregame show, the Bulldogs the best team in the country at assist-to-turnover ratio, taking care of the basketball. Georgia, not so much. They actually have a few more turnovers than assists this year. So far, 8 assists, 1 turnover for Gonzaga. The 7 Georgia turnovers have led to 15 points.
Yeah. One of our keys to the game is, or we talked about it in the pregame, was turning this team over. They're not a great ball movement type team, so you can load up on the strong side when they go kind of their one-on-one or two-on-two packages, and our guys have done an excellent job of flying around defensively and causing turnovers, getting out and then turning them into points like you mentioned.
Demery steps to the free throw line. Second leading scorer for Georgia. Free throw off the mark. Battle back in the game, up high for the rebound. So it's Battle, Nembhard, Ike, Stromer, and Ajayi for the Bulldogs. Nembhard bounced it in the front court to Stromer on the right sideline. He gives it up, high post, right side to Ike. Kicks it left side, Battle. Buries the 3. The lead continues to grow. It's 30-5. Bulldogs perfect from long range. Demery out to Godfrey. Left sideline pass. It's LeFew. Drives, kicks. Gets through to Kane. Kane drives, passes back in the near corner. LeFew has it. Spins on Nembhard. Boy, quick spin, and what a finish.
Yeah, great finish.
Zags quickly head the other way. It's Nembhard. Into the front court, bounces it to Battle. Battle off a Nembhard screen. Off the dribble. Misses the 3. And Georgia comes away with the basketball. 30-7. Gonzaga on top. Demery to top the key with the dribble. Calling for a screen. Gets it from Godfrey. Dribbles to his right. Kicks it back out. Godfrey thought about a 3, fakes the pass, shoots the 3, comes up short. Rebound, kicks out to Newell. He gives it up to LeFew for a straightaway 3, and that one is all net. 5 in a row for LeFew. It's 30-10. Nembhard walks it up the floor. Play call from Coach Few to Ajayi between the circles. Couple of dribbles for Mike playing in his first NCAA tournament game. Hands it off the Battle. Same story for Caleb. He finds Ike, high post, right side. Out to Nembhard. 10 seconds to shoot. Nembhard bounces to Ike again. Graham, one dribble, hands it off to Battle. Battle driving with the left hand, little hop step, a ton of contact with Godfrey, and then Battle knocks it away from Godfrey, who came away with a steal.
I thought he got hit on the arm on that drive right there.
It'll be Georgia basketball. 9 minutes, 42 seconds to play in the first half. Gonzaga leads 30-10. Demery will bring it into the front court, picked up defensively by Battle on the right side. Pass over to Kane between the circles. Gives it up to Godfrey. Godfrey dribbling into the paint, barrels into Ike. Underneath the basket, he travels with it. Graham Ike forces a turnover. Well, I think Godfrey, we talked about his dad, an 11-year NFL guy, one of the all-time Georgia football greats. Thought he was going to be able to pull his way through Graham, and he was up to the challenge.
Good job by the officials not calling a foul, too, because it's been going on at the other end for Georgia defensively, so fair play on that situation.
Zags inbound to Nemhard. Demery in the backcourt with him. Ryan brings it across the timeline. Now between the circles, gets a screen from Ike. Dribbles to his left. Passes back right corner for Battle. Another three on the way for KB. That one wouldn't go down. Ajayi fighting for the rebound. Ball is tipped out of bounds, and it was Ajayi last to touch. Good fight from Mike, just couldn't secure it.
Yeah, good attempt from that, like you said, but I thought that went off a Georgia player. Maybe I'm getting old or something. But I'm 25% on these guesses on these calls.
Demery picked up by Battle. Bounces it for Asa Newell. He's at the three-point line, looking down low. Nothing's there. Gets it away to James, who's returned. James dribbles once, hands it off to Demery. A little hesitation dribble behind his back from the high post. Misses the shot. Ike flies in, rips the rebound away from James. Hands the ball off to Nemhard. Ryan into the front court with the left-handed dribble, being hounded by the defender LeFew. Gives up to Ike, fakes the three. Drives, spins, high off the glass. Wouldn't get it to go. Here comes Georgia the other way. It's still a 20-point Gonzaga lead. Demery up, under, scoops, misses. Putback is also off the mark, but a foul is going to go against the Bulldogs. And they've got Graham Ike. That's his second.
A little bit stagnant here in the last 3 minutes, would you say, Huddy, offensively? Some ill-advised shots. An early one from Battle on the right side. I know he just hit one and we're rolling, but he takes an early one and then kind of get into a little bit one-on-one basketball. We're going to get back to our flow, get some good actions going towards the rim.
First free throw is good for Demery. So Graham's going to head to the bench. Braden Huff checks back in. Kane checks out. Lawrence is on the floor for Georgia. And the Bulldogs just one basket in the last 3 minutes and 20 seconds. Demery ready for his second free throw. And that one is good. 30-12 is the Gonzaga lead. Here's Ryan Nemhard again. Lawrence picks him up at half court. Nemhard dribbling to his right. Gives it up to Ajayi in front of the Georgia bench. Snaps one out to Stromer between the circles. Quickly left side Battle. He looks to Huff. Braden, defended by Newell. Backing him down. Spins to the baseline and misses. Ajayi rebound. Goes back up with it. Couldn't get it to go. Huff trying to get another put back in, and the foul is called. There were 3 fouls prior. That was probably the weakest of the bunch.
Braden Huff's going to be shooting free throws on that putback attempt. But yeah, I don't know how Mike didn't get the call. What a great hustle on the weak side.
Gonzaga with a 30-12 lead over Georgia. We have an official timeout with 7:55 to play in our game's first half. We're back after this. You're listening to Gonzaga Bulldog basketball from Learfield.
It's time for home team rewards. Zag fans, get your Bulldog branded ICCU Premier Rewards Visa credit card, the only card where you can earn rewards for everyday purchases while giving back to Gonzaga University. Choose from a Visa rewards card with a lower rate or a Premier Rewards card with maximum rewards. With no annual fees, card control, and next level security, you can spend smart from tap to app. Zags, rejoice. Find your card at iccu.com/GoZags on approved credit.
Living a healthy, happy life is built on a foundation of good habits, wholesome foods, plenty of sleep, regular exercise, and for women, a breast cancer risk assessment by age 25, and annual screening mammograms beginning at 40. Our convenient Spokane area locations make scheduling your mammogram easy. Schedule your exam today. Call 509-455-4455 or visit www.inlandimaging.com/appointments.
Some days you hit snooze, but not today. Today you have to go on a run to get burgers for the tailgate. You've got to haul something heavy, a cooler, are stocked with Bud Light. When you've got beer and football, nothing is hard. Until the other team scores. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus. Copyright 2024 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Welcome back to Wichita, Kansas, alongside Adam Morrison. Tom Hudson with you here this afternoon. Gonzaga playing its first NCAA tournament game in Wichita, Kansas. We have played here once before, played Kansas State back in 2013, but first time the Zags have played an NCAA tournament in this building, the Intrust Bank Arena. Play Zag fans, the Xfinity 10G network. Get the fastest internet with faster speeds rolling out every day. Enjoy a reliable connection so everyone can be online at once, even during peak hours. Introducing the next generation 10G network only from Xfinity. And the Bulldogs got off to an 11-for-14 start in the game. They have gone 1 for 6 since. And Georgia, meanwhile, after starting 1 for 11, has made 3 of its last 8. Bulldogs of Gonzaga leading the Bulldogs from Georgia 30-12. Graham Ike on the bench for the Bulldogs with 2 personal fouls. Bulldogs 9 assists on their 12 makes. Braden Huff will shoot 2. Braden's first, no good. Dylan James with 2 personal fouls. And Braden will shoot his second. And that one rims out right into the hands of Lawrence. So 0 for 2 for Huff. And the lead is still 30-12.
They hit the backboard first, Huddy. That's not a good sign.
Demaray, a little body bump on Hickman, and here we go. Now, all of a sudden, you go from letting guys, have street fights to these little body bump touch fouls. One way or the other.
Yeah, no, I hear you. That's not a foul, in my opinion. Hands are back.
Yeah, Demaray gets it inbounds to LeFew, who's returned. LeFew bounces it, 3-point line right side, it's Newell. Newell passes it back to LeFew. He fires a 3 from front of the Chiefs bench. It's off the mark. Weak side rebound battle. KB brings it up the floor himself. He's across half court. Passes it right side to Hickman. Hickman over to Ajayi at the 3-point line. Fakes right. Dribbling to the left wing. Now gets to the baseline. Picks it up. Needs some help. Able to bounce it to Huff. Braden defended by Newell. Calling for the clear out. Now they switch. Kick out to Nemhard. Nemhard drives baseline. Turns the corner. Fires it out to Hickman. Extra pass battle. Will catch and shoot from in front of the Georgia bench. And knock down another 3.
Good extra right there to the wide open 3.
33-12 Bulldogs. We approach 7 minutes to play in the first half. Newell on the drive off balance. A bucket and a foul. I thought he got away with a step. Ajayi whistled for the personal.
Yeah, I don't know where the foul is there. I'm not trying to complain, but I thought Mike was walled up in his cylinder, right? Around the rim. That's just a good basket, good make, and move on.
Newell for the second time today with a 3-point opportunity. The freshman out of Florida has 5 points. Ryan Nemhard is telling the official, well, I think we were just talking about, is that extra step. It's like he gathers and he's taking a step.
Such an advantage if you let it go.
Newell makes the free throw. 3-point play. He has 6. 33-15 Bulldogs. Nemhard defended by Lawrence. Dribbles into the front court. His pass is kicked out of bounds. Gonzaga will retain possession. Ben Gregg back on the floor. Out there with Hickman, Huff, Battle, and Nemhard. There's a long pass in the front court to Huff. Left side to Hickman at the 3-point line. Back to Huff in the paint. Little one-hander. Rims out. Braden fighting for the rebound. Surreal goes down, and he's called for a travel. So Surreal and Huff fighting for the ball. Surreal ended up on his back. He rolled over.
I think that's the right call.
They missed one earlier in the game. Yep, he's rolling around. So Gonzaga's going to have it. And Nemhard's going to inbound on the baseline. Surreal, the big freshman, is going to defend the inbound pass. And get it into Huff. It's knocked out of his hands by LeFew and out of bounds. Kind of interesting there, Mo, on that defense. You've got the big guy defending the inbound play, and then Braden Huff was defended by LeFew.
Yeah, we used to do that with Chet, though. Remember, we put our length on the, you know what I mean? So I get the idea of it.
There's a lob into Huff again at the three-point line. He's defended by Newell this time. Braden backing him down. Here comes a double team. Kicks it out to Battle. Battle fakes left, drives right, gets all the way to the rim. Flips it off the glass and in.
Wow.
Oh, my.
What a scoop in the paint right there. Wow.
Lead back to 20. Caleb Battle putting on a show in his first NCAA tournament game. Battle with 10. Here's a drive and a foul. Demaray is fouled, and they're going to get Braden Huff for the personal. That's his second.
Yeah, I think they're going to probably go with Graham maybe, or maybe go DeJana.
Graham has two, maybe.
There they go, DeJana right now. Yep. Just let him get some burn.
We saw Izzo in Santa Clara, a performance that don't quite want to say save for the season, Mo, but
close.
With foul trouble for the Bulldog Bigs, he came in and played very, very well.
Yep.
The freshman had the knee injury, the concussion, hasn't played a lot. Getting the chance here. That's 7 fouls on the Bulldogs, just 4 committed by Georgia as Demaray steps to the free throw line for the front end of a 1-and-1 and makes it. 6:22 to play first half. Demaray's second, rims out, and it's Battle who has the rebound for the Bulldogs. 35-16. Nemhard in the front court right side, picks up his dribble, and he's going to be called for a travel.
Good call. Dragged his pivot foot on the stop.
Nice defense by Lawrence. And jumped up right as Ryan was going to throw that pass. And forces a turnover, a rare turnover on Nemhard. And Georgia with the ball, trailing 35-16 as we approach 6 minutes to play first half. Demaray into the front court. Picked up by Hickman. Passes it away to Lawrence. Here's a whistle and a foul. Nemhard and LeFew got all tied up. And the official's going to call Nemhard for a push. Ryan's first. We'll see if we got to look at a replay on that one.
He's trying to get through the floppy screen. It's a wide pin down. And usually you lock and trail it, so he was on the guy's hip, and I think they just kind of tripped up on each other, and it was incidental, but I think the official turner's like, I tackled the guy. What do you want me to do?
LeFew misses the front end of the 1-and-1. 35-16. That was Nemhard's first personal. Battle into the front court to Greg between the circles. Newell defends him. Ben, a couple dribbles to his left, hands it off to Hickman. Hickman dribbling to his right off of the DeJana screen, and an offensive foul is called. DeJana setting the screen, and it'll turn over to Georgia.
I got to see that one again. Let's see. Yeah, stuck his arm out. Good call.
Yeah. Turnover on the freshman.
I wanted to complain. Dang it.
Demaray will bring it into the front court for Georgia. Dribbling to the right side of the floor. Pass out to Lawrence between the circles. Demaray has it now. Refuses a screen. Drives into the paint. Bounced it down low. Cyril dunks. 35-17 Gonzaga. Make that 35-18 Gonzaga on top. Nemhard has it for GU. 5.5 to play first half. Left sideline pass Battle. Calls for a screen from Greg. Dribbles to the right elbow. Gets all the way to the rim and lays it off the glass.
It's a great steal by DeJana inside and took away Cyril at the rim for the shot blocking opportunity.
37-18 Lawrence off the screen from Cyril. Drives off balance. Throws it in. Are they going to count it?
Yep.
Yes. The foul's on Battle. I thought maybe it was DeJana, but Battle whistled for the personal. Fouls piling up for the Bulldogs. That's their 10th of the first half. Just 4 fouls whistled against Georgia.
Playing on the back foot a little bit here defensively. And obviously, Georgia, a good basketball team, is going to make some runs.
Lawrence, the lefty to the line, converts the three-point play. 37-21, the lead is 16 for Gonzaga as Nemhard trots up the floor with the dribble. Up to the left sideline now into the front court. Passes out top, it's Hickman. It's a screen from DeJana, dribbles to the right wing, splits a couple defenders, off the glass, wouldn't go down. Ball is loose, Kane comes away with it for Georgia. Into the front court, he threw it into the backcourt, should have been an over and back. Demery has it, dribbling to his left now at the three-point line in front of the GU bench. Little hesitation move, reverses, misses. A late whistle and a foul is going to go against Ben Gregg this time. 11-4. Mo, I'd like to see a replay on that. It really looked like he threw it into the back court.
No, they're not going to show.
No, they're going to show that.
I thought so too, and I thought he was established in the front court. So I think that's just a call that they probably don't make maybe once or twice a year, right? You're not even thinking about it.
Yep.
Just on a reversal and flow.
Demery's first free throw is good. 4 minutes and 40 seconds to play in this first half. Newell's going to check out. Looks like Surreal will go to the bench as well. James and Godfrey are back in. Georgia getting ready to shoot its 12th free throw of the first half. And that one is good. He makes them both. 37-23. Nembhard brings the ball up the floor under pressure from Lawrence. Bounces in the front court to Hickman. Hickman brings it back out top. Passes left side to Battle. Gets a screen from Dejana. Dribbles to his right. Gives it up to Hickman. He fires a three. Knocked to the ground. And he's going to shoot 3 free throws. Kane closing out late. Made contact. Kane's first will send Nolan Hickman to the free throw line. Nolan's first is good. Second one is also good. Substitution Innocente into the game for Nembhard, who gets his first breather of the afternoon.
I like that substitution. Give him a little bit of a break going into the half, potentially full steam ahead in the second. There you go.
Nolan goes 3 for 3. Zags 40. Bulldogs of Georgia 23. Nolan hasn't shot a lot of it, but he's been good this year at the line. 92.3%. Kane between the circles. Short pass. Demery has it. Gets around Gregg. Dribbles to the baseline. Underneath the basket. Gives it up left side. Lawrence's challenge 3 is an air ball. Battle, I think, got a piece of it. Hickman comes away with it. Pass to Dejana. Dejana driving, missing, a lot of contact, and it's going to be George who comes away with the basketball. And James challenged the shot and blocked it. Here's Kane dribbling to his left. Skips it back right side to Lawrence. 3-point line. Gets the baseline with a dribble. Zags briefly had him trapped. Kick out to James. He'll shoot a 3. It's an air ball. Nowhere close.
Wow. We had the perfect angle. That had no chance right when it left his hand. The previous play with Dejana, he's played hard, but why is Hickman throw it to him at 30 feet, right? That's a KYP situation.
Yes, it is. 40-23, Gonzaga with the lead. 3:40 to play first half. We have an official timeout on the floor. You're listening to Gonzaga Bulldog postseason basketball from their field.
The next time you visit Northern Quest, we suggest bringing your sea legs and your lead foot. It's the $100,000 Ben's Voyage giveaway. Play daily with your Camus Rewards card, and you could win a cruise line adventure. Or a brand new Mercedes GLC 300 with an inline 4 turbo. Tax and licensing included. Speeding tickets are on you, though. The Ben's Voyage giveaway. Grand prize drawing March 31st. Details at northernquest.com.
Shaw Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Services is proud to sponsor Gonzaga Athletics. When it comes to your home or business, you deserve fast, reliable service, and that's exactly what you'll get. Our team is committed to delivering 5-star service with upfront pricing and free quotes on every job, so there's no surprises. Got a plumbing emergency? Don't wait. Call Shaw Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning today at 509-954-5273 or visit ShawPlumbingServices.com. We're the Zags' trusted team for reliable service every time.
Welcome back to Wichita, where Gonzaga has a 37-22 lead over Georgia in this 8 versus 9 game. The winner moves on to play top-seeded Houston. In the Midwest, the Bulldogs so far have been really, really good. They opened up a 30-5 lead to start this game. Georgia's gotten on its feet a little bit, largely working at the free throw line, Mo. They're, 7 out of 21 from the field. They have shot, 11 now, 12 free throws, I believe. Yes, or 8 out of 12 from the free throw line right now. But the Bulldogs have done a pretty nice job. You're right, there was that little 3 or 4 minute stretch there where it just felt like it was kind of stagnant. I mean, you're obviously not going to shoot, 79% the entire game. I've done a nice job of slowing down, to this point, a couple of small Georgia rallies.
Yeah, didn't want to give them any belief. 3:40 left here in the first half, 17-point lead. Anything's possible, especially in the NCAA tournaments. We've got to finish this half out well, but I just love the defensive intensity for the most part throughout this entire half, and then shooting the ball terrifically from downtown, 6 of 8 for our guys. And I talked about it in the pregame. It's such a difference maker what our team looks like and how you have to defend them. If we can punish you on 3-point shooting, then we can just throw it inside and our guys can play one-on-one. We got 2 of the best one-on-one bigs in the country. So it's nice when the ball's going in the cup.
Zags led by Caleb Battle, the only player in the game in double figures. He has 12 points on 5 of 7 shooting from the field. Nolan Hickman has scored 9. Inbound, Ajayi back on the floor to Battle, right back to Ajayi. Mike brings it into the front court. Mike kicks left side. Hickman's wide open. Another 3 for Nolan is all net.
There you go.
They left Hickman wide open, and he makes them pay. 12 points for Nolan. Bulldogs lead is back to 20.
Perfect rhythm, too. Coming off his hand, great.
Newell back on the floor, hands it off. Demery. It's a screen from Surreal, who's returned. Innocente all over Demery out top. Surreal sets another screen for him. Pass to Surreal, the big man at the free throw line. Pass deflected by Battle, trying to save it. He can't. And it's going to be basketball. Here goes KB hopping over us here. I'm not sure Coach Few wants to see that.
I didn't want to see that either.
Jumped over the table and the chairs.
Man,
okay, he's feeling it right now, man.
Okay, it's scary.
6 seconds on the shot clock after Battle deflected that pass out of bounds. Demery's going to inbound right here in front of us on the sideline. Pass it in to LeFew. LeFew. Deep 3 from the right side. Off the iron. Rebound is knocked away. And we've got a foul. It's going to go against Ajayi. Well, if 2 guys get to grab each other, and I don't care even if that call goes against Gonzaga, or goes for Gonzaga. I mean, you've got 2 guys who are holding each other.
Yeah, I agree. It's a situation where it's a foul, and it's like you call holding every single play. It's the same thing. Offense or defense, both guys are holding, boxing each other out, and I just don't know when they pick why and who and where.
Newell's first free throw is good. Just over 3 minutes to play here in our game's first half. Newell ready for his second. And he makes it. Bulldogs 43, Georgia 25. Ajayi into the front court, gives it up left side to Hickman. Hickman top of the key to Huff, who's returned. Nemhard's also back on the floor for the Bulldogs. Nemhard gets a screen from Huff, picks up his dribble, fires it right into the hands of LeFew. LeFew into the front court. And a turnover on Nemhard. LeFew dribbling around to the right side. Slowed down by Hickman. Out to Surreal. Now back to LeFew. They bounce it back to Surreal. Knocked away by Huff. And it's Nemhard who tries to steal the basketball. And Surreal's going to be called for the foul. How about the heads-up play by Braden Huff? Knows he has 2 fouls, right? Initially, like, hey, don't dive on him, but
exactly right.
He figured it out and allowed Nemhard to get in there and fight for the ball.
Smart heads-up play, and way to point that out, Huddy, because those can be game changers as far as picking up a foul. Now, everybody's, don't quit it on a possession. They always say that. No, stay in the basketball game. There's plenty of possessions to go around. Stay in the basketball game. So, great job by Braden Huff.
Surreal whistled for the personal. That's his first. Nemhard into the front court up the left sideline. He gets it to Battle, who's hit in the face by Kane. And now Nemhard on the right side. Caleb working on that right eye over there. Here's Nemhard giving it up to Hickman. Hickman, this time from the right side, buries a deep one Three-pointer for Nolan. He has 15 in the first half. It's 46-25.
Perfect from the three-point. Hickman absolutely rolling.
LeFew gives it up to Newell. He fires a three. He comes up short. Kane has the rebound, and we're going to go the other way this time. And Caleb Battle says, yeah, finally, you got one on him. Well, we're going to head the other way. That's 17 fouls on Georgia, and the Bulldogs will head to the free throw line for the front end of a 1-and-1. Well, these games we talk about, I mean, watching, the first one, Mo, I mean, it's a different brand of basketball. You better bring your physicality.
Bring your physicality. The intensity is obviously there, and then just the speed of the game. It just turns up half a click. I think if you've never experienced it as a player, that first media timeout, then you're like, oh, wow. And everybody's playing hard, obviously, but you got to be dialed in and locked in as Battle makes the first of two. You got to be dialed and locked in defensively. You got to talk. You have to know your scouting report, and then offensively, you got to play through contact.
Battle made his first free throw, ready for number two. And that one's good as well. One of the nation's best free throw shooters, 92.3%, makes them both, and the lead is back to 23. 48-25, under 2 minutes to play first half. Lawrence has it now at about 40 feet. Now Demery going to work on Hickman. Pull-up jumper, right elbow, nowhere close. Ball tipped into the hands of Battle. The KB seems to be everywhere right now. Nemhard up the right sideline, directing traffic. Refuses a screen from Huff. Passes to Braden, out to Battle for three. That one won't go down. And the rebound is secured by Surreal. Quickly to Demery. Demery penetrates, kicks out. Newell fakes the three, drives, spins, throws one up off the glass and in.
I didn't think that was going in, but good move nonetheless. Only bright spot offensively for Georgia.
48-27 is the Gonzaga advantage. Battle drives, kicks left sideline to Nemhard. He will retreat, and the Bulldogs will set up the offense. LeFew all over him. Ryan dribbles to the top of the key, passes in the far corner to Hickman. Hickman's pass deflected, but Huff able to come away with it. Out to Nemhard. Nemhard fakes right, dribbling left, gets underneath the basket, bounces in the far corner. Ajayi fakes the three, and then the official notices that he stepped on the sideline over there in front of the Georgia bench, so a turnover on the Bulldogs.
Nolan's telling him to shoot it. He's exactly right. Take that corner three. That's a good shot in rhythm. And it's the right shot for your team, and if you don't feel confident, that's the shot that needs to be had. You have offensive rebounding position on the weak side. Everybody was spaced.
Innocente in for Nemhard for the final 50 seconds of the first half. Demery dribbling to the baseline, defended by Innocente. Gives it up to LeFew, coming off a screen, shoots a three, rims out. Rebound Battle on the weak side. Ripped it away from Godfrey, who just checked back in. KB into the front court, and Coach Few is going to use his timeout. And that'll actually give Ryan Nemhard an opportunity to check back in if you want to use him for the offensive side of things here with 33 seconds left in the half. So Gonzaga leading it 48-27, 33 seconds left. Here in the first half, the Bulldogs raced out to a 30-5 lead. They've done it thanks to the play of Caleb Battle and Nolan Hickman. They've combined them for 29 of the 48.
Yeah, they've been just terrific offensively, especially from the perimeter. Perimeter shooting was one of the keys to the game, and it's been an A+ so far.
Now, Nemhard is going to check back in. He's out there with Battle, Gregg, Huff, and Hickman. Hickman will inbounds on the sideline just near the Georgia bench. Hickman passes into Nemhard's 9 seconds difference, shot clock to game clock. Hickman gave it up to Nemhard, who now hands it off to Battle. KB driving to the right wing, goes up for the shot, had it stripped away. Lawrence has it to Demery. Battle chases him down and slows him down. Now Georgia, realizing the shot clock is off, is going to hold for a final shot here in the first half. Demery defended by Battle as he dribbles it down a couple steps inside a half court. Screen from Newell, dribbles to his right. Passes back to Newell. Newell will fire a three. That's no good. Huff has the rebound for the Bulldogs. 2 seconds. He'll let it go from 75 and throws it over the backboard. How about that first 20 minutes for the Gonzaga Bulldogs? 48-27, GU by 21 as we head to the locker room. Halftime show coming your way right after this. You're listening to Gonzaga Bulldog basketball from Learfield.
How close can you get with Verizon Access? Front row close. Red carpet close. Backstage pass is close. Playing quarterback for your favorite NFL team close. Okay, not that close. But watching from the sidelines close? You bet. Get into the experiences you love, like concerts, games, and exclusive pre-sales, just for being a Verizon customer. Verizon Access. You're in. Learn more at verizon.com/access.
Marsh McLennan Agency is a proud sponsor of Gonzaga Sports. When it comes to insurance, how hard does your team really work for you? At Marsh McLennan Agency, we do the shopping for the right insurance carrier, ensuring you get the right coverage tailored to your needs. Our local experts are dedicated to providing personalized service backed by the resources of Marsh, the global leader in insurance. Visit MMANorthwest.com and get started on finding a better insurance coverage for you. Go Zags!
It's time for home team rewards. Zag fans, get your Bulldog branded ICCU Premier Rewards Visa credit card, the only card where you can earn rewards for everyday purchases while giving back to Gonzaga University. Choose from a Visa rewards card with a lower rate or a Premier Rewards card with maximum rewards. With no annual fees, card control, and next level security, you can spend smart from tap to app. Zags, rejoice. Find your card at iccu.com/GoZags on approved credit.
On the Gonzaga Sports Network from Learfield, welcome to the Numerica Credit Union Halftime Show. Numerica Credit Union. Life moves. Live well. Federally insured by NCAA. We'll bring you stats and analysis from the first 20 minutes, as well as a look at scores from around the nation. Now, let's go courtside. Here's the voice of the Zags, Tom Hudson.
Tom Hudson, Adam Morrison with you here in Wichita, Kansas, where the Bulldogs have a 21-point lead at halftime. 48-27 is our score. And Mo, if you're a Zag fan, that start could not have been better. We talked about the energy the Zags played with in Las Vegas against St. Mary's. They matched that, if didn't top it, coming out of the locker room here today.
Yeah, it was absolutely terrific. Dialed in, focused, talking on defense, then offensively we're clicking on all cylinders. Couldn't ask for a better start.
One of Mo's keys to the game, knocked down some perimeter shots, and the Bulldogs did just that, led by Nolan Hickman. Over to Nemhard. Nemhard to the right side, bounces on the baseline to Greg. Kick out to Hickman, fires a deep three, and makes another one. Second of the first half for Nolan Hickman. 18-3, Zags on top.
Good spray out on that pass by Ben Gregg right there. Threw him open.
Yeah, Mo, 18-3 at that point. I mean, just an amazing start and an amazing first half for Nolan Hickman.
Yeah, he was absolutely terrific. I think he made, 4 threes? 4 for 4?
Four threes and then 3 made free throws.
Yes, exactly. So he was terrific. He didn't play great in Vegas, was good defensively, but it was nice. He hit his first shot. He got himself going.
Bulldogs led it 18-3. They would continue to pull away in the early parts of this basketball game. Looking inside to Ben Gregg. Nemhard dribbling on the left perimeter. Bounce it back to Huff. Huff to Nemhard into the paint. Extra pass. Gregg gets the defender in the air, misses the shot, gets it back and scores. Ben Gregg with the basket. Georgia wants a timeout. Zags 27. Georgia 3. That run would be an impressive one, Mo. 27-3. 30-5, a 25-point lead in that first half. Just a great job of that. And then, Mo, let's be honest, too. When you look at these games and how things play out, you get off to that really hot start. You hit 11 of 14 shots. You have that little lull. If the other team bangs in a few, all of a sudden, you're like, man, we're up by 25. Now it's 9. What's going on? But the Zags did not allow that to happen.
Our guys did a good job of matching their intensity in that little spurt to get it back into it. That 3-point foul was huge for Nolan because they were within 14. We go back up 17. But our overall intensity, our execution defensively has been absolutely terrific in the first half.
Caleb Battle, along with Nolan Hickman, leading the offensive charge for the Bulldogs as the two perimeter players have gone for 29 of Gonzaga's 48 first-half points. There's a lob in to Huff again at the three-point line. He's defended by Newell this time. Braden backing him down. Here comes a double team. Kicks it out to Battle. Battle fakes left, drives right, gets all the way to the rim. Flips it off the glass and in.
Wow.
Oh, my.
What a scoop in the paint right there. Wow.
Lead back to 20. Caleb Battle putting on a show in his first NCAA tournament game. Mo, fantastic offensively, but how about KB leading the Bulldogs with 7 rebounds as well? He's doing a little bit of everything. He looks really good.
Yeah, he's springy. He's flying around defensively, and then he's obviously knocking down shots. He had that scoop shot as well, but he's not rushing anything. And then when he's on balance and using his athleticism, but in a controlled manner, he's one of the best perimeter players in the country.
Zags lead at 48-27 at halftime. Mo and I going to step aside in Wichita. Jeff Marson standing by in our Learfield, North Carolina studios with our halftime show score update. We're back after this. You're listening to Gonzaga Bulldog basketball from Learfield.
Surprise! Your expenses this month were way higher than you expected. Also, you forgot to renew your website domain, and now you're in a bidding war.
You should see the look on your face.
At Progressive, we know small business owners don't usually like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting a commercial auto quote from Progressive.
Plus, the fridge died in the break room, and now everything smells weird.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 7 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
BECU. You've heard the name, seen the letters. But what does BECU stand for? Simply put, not-for-profit BECU stands for people. For charting your own path. For choosing what's right for members instead of what's profitable for someone else. Because they are the reason our credit union exists. So we do everything in our power to help them reach their financial goals. BECU. Power in people. All Pacific Northwest residents are eligible to join. Federally insured by NCUA.
Support Gonzaga basketball through NIL. Zags Collective is the leading NIL collective supporting Zags student athletes through name, image, and likeness. Zags Collective creates opportunities for student athletes to engage with the community and grow their brand. Plus, you get access to autograph sessions, exclusive events, and more. Become a member today. Go to zagscollective.com and get started.
For a check of the scores around the WCC and around the nation. Let's go to the network studios.
Jeff Marson here in the Learfield studios as we take a look at our out-of-town scoreboard on our first day of the round of 64 in March Madness. We've got plenty of finals to report to you, and we also have some games in progress. Let's start with the finals in the Midwest region. That's the region the Zags are playing in. The number 1 seeded Houston Cougars came away with the win over 16th seeded SIU Edwardsville 78-40. Cougars outscoring the other Cougars 52-24 in the first half. It was never really a contest. Houston moves on, and they'll face the winner of our game between Gonzaga and Georgia. Also in the Midwest region, 4th seeded Purdue came away with the win from a scrappy 13th seeded High Point team. The Boilermakers pull away in the end 75-63. The Boilers led by Trey Kaufman-Renz, 21 points and 8 rebounds. A couple of the other final scores to report to you out of the South region. Number 1, Auburn with a win over 16th seeded Alabama State, 83-63. The Tigers trailed at one point late in the first half, but able to pull it together and win by 20. We also had 3rd seeded Wisconsin with a victory over 14th seeded Montana out in the East region, 85-66, the final score in there. And the first game of the tournament was a good one as well, with 9th seeded Creighton defeating number 8 seeded Louisville, 89-75 in Lexington, Kentucky. A huge performance from Jemiah Neal of Creighton. He had 29 points, 12 rebounds, and 6 assists. We've got 3 games in progress, one of them including ours. But the interesting one right now is number 5 Clemson and number 12 seeded McNeese. That's in the Zags Midwest region. The Cowboys leading the Tigers 67-62. McNeese held Clemson to just 13 points in the first half. Clemson not going down quietly. There's under 20 seconds to play. McNeese up 67-62. Just have to hit some free throws and try and ice that one away. But again, the winner of that game will face Purdue in the next round. We've also got 6th-seeded BYU and 11th-seeded VCU in the East region. The Cougars leading the Rams 56-42 at the 11:18 mark in the second half. Still to come in NCAA tournament action today, 2nd-seeded Tennessee will face Wofford, tipping off at 3:50 from Rupp Arena in Lexington. That is a part of the Zags Midwest region. Also have 7th-seeded Kansas, 10th-seeded Arkansas, tipping off at shortly after that from Providence at 4:10. At 4:25, 4th-seeded Texas A&M will face Yale, the 13-seed Ivy League champions, out in Denver. An interesting matchup geographically. 6th-seeded Missouri against 11th-seeded Drake will tip off at 4:35 from Wichita, where the Bulldogs are facing the Bulldogs at the moment. Then later on in the late window, we've got UCLA and Utah State. That one's part of the Midwest region. 2nd-seeded St. John's and Omaha in the West region as the Red Storm begin their quest for a championship. Number 5 seed and Big Ten champion Michigan will face an upset-minded Big West champion, the 12 seed UC San Diego, out in Denver. And the final game on the schedule is between 3rd-seeded Texas Tech and 14th-seeded UNC Wilmington out in the West region. They'll be playing in Wichita. We're still waiting on a final result here between McNeese and Clemson. The Tigers got it down to 3 points. Cowboys with 10 seconds to go with a 69-65 lead. The second free throw is up and no good. So still alive are the Tigers. They'll have to hit a shot here and unable to do so. So we'll take a break. When we come back, we'll send it back to Wichita for more halftime coverage. Again, our score at the half, Gonzaga leading Georgia 48-27 after a great start for the Bulldogs. Got up 27-3 to start the game. We'll send it back to the arena after this as you listen to Gonzaga basketball from Learfield.
At Western National Insurance, NICE is a little word that does big things for everyone. NICE is a helping hand when you need it most, and the peace of mind that comes from knowing you can trust the person on the other end of the call. For more than a century, we've been protecting individuals, families, and businesses with NICE as our foundation. Experience the power of NICE for yourself. Ask your independent insurance agent for Western National.
Close your eyes and imagine eating surf and turf at the fanciest steakhouse you've ever been to. Smell the beef, the fish, the cheddar sauce. Oh, there's no cheddar sauce at your imaginary steakhouse? Then open your eyes and head to Arby's. Get a beef and cheddar, fish and cheddar, or crispy fish. 2 for just $6.99. It's even better than you ever imagined. Arby's, we have the meats.
At participating Arby's for a limited time.
Jan from Toyota here. Feeling cooped up from winter? Well, now until March 31st is the perfect time for a new Toyota, like Camry, Grand Highlander, and more. So you can get back out there and do the things you love, like hitching up the boat to a tundra for a lake day.
I haven't water skied in a long time.
Live out your spring fantasies with a new Toyota. Come in today.
Go from dreaming it to driving it. Dealer inventory may vary. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Toyota, let's go places.
Welcome back to Wichita, Kansas. Tom Hudson, Adam Morrison with you here. Extended halftime, as we seem to have throughout these NCAA tournaments, are a little bit longer, about 5 minutes longer than normal, so still about 7 minutes before we'll get the second half underway. Both teams still in their locker rooms. We're having some problems with the stats here on the building right now. We'll do the best of our ability to get you everything that happened in the first half. Again, Nolan Hickman, the leading scorer in the game. He has 15 points on 4 of 5 shooting. He was 4 of 4 shooting threes. Now, the only three-pointer he did miss, he was fouled. They made all 3 of those free throws, Mo. And we talked about it. Nolan scored 12 points in 2 games in Las Vegas, but came out with a sense of urgency, and he hit that first one. Yeah. He got some space, knocked that one down, and he's really played well.
Yeah, the first catch, he was looking to shoot, and that's a great sign, obviously, and he It's nothing but net, and then obviously the rest of the first half has been in a terrific rhythm. I just like our intensity defensively. Obviously, the shooting numbers are going to speak for themselves, but holding a team like this to 27, that's with a lot of athletes and a lot of bodies and a first-round pick, potentially a lottery pick in Ace and Newell. We've done a great job across the board. Guys flying around defensively. On the glass, we've been terrific. We've dug out 50-50 balls, so it's been really great intensity on that end of the floor.
Yeah, Bulldogs led offensively by Hickman's 15. Battle with 14 points. He's 5 out of 8 from the field. Has knocked down a couple of threes for the rest of the Zags. With Graham Ike, their leading scorer, picked up 2 fouls, 4 points on 2 of 4 shooting from the field. Brayton Huff has 7. He got his second consecutive start today. He's 3 out of 5 from the field. Also had 2 personal fouls in that first half. For Ryan Nemhard with 4 assists, 3 points scored in the first half. Ben Gregg with 2 points. Coming off of the bench, Emmanuel Inocente knocked down a 3 for the Bulldogs. So Gonzaga hits, 17 of 29 shots in the first half. That's good for 59%. Zags 8 out of 11 shooting threes, led by Hickman, and that 4 for 4 first half, 6 out of 9 at the free throw line for the Bulldogs. Gonzaga grabbing 19 rebounds, plus 2 on the glass, and the most point getting the 50-50 balls. Georgia had an early lead there, but Mo, the Bulldogs did a really nice job of fighting and gritting, and we talked about all of the contact, now physical you have to be. KB with 7 of those 19 rebounds.
Yeah, you got to battle every single play, and it's so cliche, but it's so true in the NCAA tournament. And you saw the intensity from our guys, and you saw the lack of intensity from them. Our experience being in the NCAA tournament for 26 years now, and then we talked about all the guys who've played in the NCAA tournament game before this. They understood the assignment right away. It's like, hey, it's going to be physicality, but you have to set the tone every single time, especially early in the basketball game. Our guys did that, and it was terrific.
Now, the Bulldogs plus 2 on the glass. As Mo mentioned, Georgia shooting 27% from the field in the first half. They were 8 out of 29, 1 out of 13 shooting threes. 10 of 14 at the free throw line, so 10 of their 27 points come from the stripe. Again, Asa Newell with 10 points. He was 3 of 5 from the field, 4 of 5 shooting free throws. He also led his team with 5 first-half rebounds. Caleb Battle, 14 points, 7 boards to pace Gonzaga in that first half. Nolan Hickman, 4 out of 4 from behind the three-point line. He made all 3 of his free throws in the first half. Zags back on the floor, getting up some shots. The Bulldogs from Georgia, they're still in the locker room. Second half is about 3.5 minutes away. Gonzaga 48, Georgia 27. We're back for this first round NCAA tournament game right after this. You're listening to Gonzaga Bulldog basketball from their field.
Spokane International Airport is a proud sponsor of Gonzaga Athletics. The airport connects Zags fans and alums with over 60 daily departures to more than 20 nonstop destinations provided by 7 major airlines, as well as one-stop connections to most major metropolitan centers throughout the U.S. Real-time arrival and flight departure information is available at SpokaneAirports.net. Spokane International Airport, when it's time to fly.
Next time you visit Northern Quest, we suggest bringing your sea legs and your lead foot. It's the $100,000 Ben's Voyage giveaway. Play daily with your Camus Rewards card, and you could win a cruise line adventure or a brand new Mercedes GLC 300 with an inline-4 turbo. Tax and licensing included. Speeding tickets are on you, though. The Ben's Voyage giveaway. Grand prize drawing March 31st. Details at northernquest.com.
It's that time of year again. My schedule is packed with bracket-busting, three-point shooting, non-stop basketball action. I don't want to miss a second of it. That's why I go for a 5-hour energy shot. They're perfect for my days packed with back-to-back games or when my favorite team's playing late. 5-hour energy keeps me going during the broadcast and the next morning when I need to get myself up into work. Visit 5hourenergy.com for great deals and to stock up before tip-off.
About 90 seconds until we get our second half underway here in Wichita. Tom Hudson, Adam Morrison with you courtside, where the Bulldogs of Gonzaga lead the Georgia Bulldogs 48-27. Again, if you're just joining us, Gonzaga raced out to a 27-3 and then a 30-5 lead Georgia was able to cut it to 14, but Nolan Hickman was fouled shooting a three-point shot. He made all three of those free throws. And then Nolan made a three on the Zags' next possession, so 6 quick points to get the lead back up to 20. That's a 21-point advantage right now. Mo, what do you want to see out of the Zags in this final 20 minutes to move on for a 16th straight year?
They got to come out with a good start. We've had that issue a few times coming out of the locker room all season long. Obviously a 21-point cushion, but you don't want to give a team belief, especially early in the first or second half. So same intensity defensively, then obviously offensively, let's keep pounding it inside. If they double team, spray it out, keep knocking down shots.
48-27 is our score here. The winner of this one advances to take on Houston, the top seed in the Midwest. The Cougars improved to 31-4 today in a win over the 16 seed SIUE. Again, 29 of the 48 for Gonzaga coming from Hickman and Battle. Caleb also has 7 rebounds to pace the Zags, who will move left to right in the second half of this afternoon's basketball game. The final instructions for both teams. A lot of the Houston Cougar faithful that were here earlier have made their way out.
Grab a bite to eat or something, sure.
Both teams on the floor. Georgia will have the ball open the second half. For the Bulldogs, it's the starters, Nemhard, Hickman, Battle, Huff, and Ike. For Georgia, Demery will inbound on the near sideline, pass into LeFew, who starts the second half. Newell is also on the floor, so is Kane. Dylan James out there as well. Here's LeFew on the right side, wraps a pass into the hands of Newell, spins baseline on Huff, leaning in, forcing, great challenge by Braden, but somehow Newell gets a shot to drop.
Tough bucket right there. Pretty good defense by Braden Huff. Multiple fakes. It's a good bucket.
Nemhard being hounded by LeFew as he gets it across half court, picks up the dribble, pass to Ike top of the key. Ike hands it back to Nemhard, who drives, lobs it in the corner to Hickman. He touches it out to Battle. Battle fires to Ike. Extra pass in the near corner. Huff for 3. Knocks it down. Great ball movement. Ends in a 3 for Braden Huff. It's 51-29.
That was terrific basketball. Multiple cuts and spray outs. That was terrific.
LeFew with a beautiful no look for Newell, who flushes with 2 hands.
It's got to be a tag from the bottom side. Coach Michelson's just chewing out the bench players right now. He's exactly right. That's going to be a tag from the weak side.
The Bulldogs lead is 20. Nemhard lobs it again, top of the key to Ike. Ike fakes the handoff, couple of dribbles, able to get it away to Battle. Battle's pass is deflected, but Califf is also fouled. It's going to go against Kane. That's number 3 on him. And with that, an early substitution, Lawrence checks in. Huff on the far sideline in front of the GU bench, passes it in to Nemhard. Ryan bounces the three-point line to Ike, hands it back to Nemhard. Nemhard cut off by James, pass back out to Ike. Ike. Back and James down, 7 seconds to shoot. Double team comes, Lawrence pokes it away. Ike gets it back, glanced up at the clock, it's at 4. Fakes right, spins left, lost it, got it back and laid it in.
Wow.
There's a lot of contact. Graham showing off his strength. The Royals lead is 53-31. Newell hop step at the paint, kicks it out to James. Extra pass out top for a straightaway 3. LeFew misses. Demeray takes the rebound away from Hickman. Back to LeFew. LeFew drives baseline. He loses the handle, gets it back to Demeray from in front of his own bench. He fires the 3 and hits. 53-34. 2 minutes gone by, second half. Battle brings it up the floor for GU. Bounce it to Ike at 35 feet. Graham dribbling to his left, fakes the handoff, passes to Nemhard. Nemhard off the Ike screen, back to Graham on the pick and roll, picks up his dribble, gives it up to Huff. Huff's one-hander wouldn't go down. Braden fights the rebound away from Newell, able to touch it out to Hickman. Hickman has a 3 on the way. That one wouldn't go down, his first miss of the game. Lawrence with the ball. LeFew is slow getting up, and now the officials are going to blow the whistle and stop play. LeFew is up on his feet, appears to be all right. He's going to try to walk it off. A lot of contact.
Where he got hit, it was his gut or sprained his ankle or something. He's toughing it out.
Lawrence inbounds to Demaray. Bulldogs lead is 34. LeFew dribbles to his left, step back three, wouldn't go down. Rebound, Battle almost had it. It was knocked out of bounds by James. And it's Gonzaga basketball. Huff is going to inbound, but not before Kane checks right back in. LeFew not quite able to shake that off. He's going to walk off the floor and head to the end of the Georgia bench. Huff inbounds to Nembhard, and again, pressure from Georgia. This time it's Lawrence. Ryan's into the front court, gives it up to Huff. Huff hands it off to Battle. Battle to the right wing, picks up his dribble over to Hickman. Looking down low for Ike. It's not there. Instead, bounces it to Huff. Going to work on Newell. Backing him down with a right-handed dribble. Here comes a double team. Kick out to Battle. 6 seconds to shoot. Battle dribbles into the corner. Fires a three and buries it. Caleb Battle playing with a sense of purpose here in Wichita. It's 56-34.
That's pretty good defense by Georgia. Step back three in the corner.
With James wide open, he misses the shot. Caleb Battle is frustrated. Kane just flopped for as much physicality as there's been in this game today. I mean, everybody's holding their own ground, and I'd like to see that again. KB's a little frustrated. Now they're going to show the three-point shot that he made over Kane. Battle now with 17 points. That foul on KB, his second. Demery's going to inbound on the baseline. Lobs it in for Newell, right wing. Freshman passes it out to Lawrence. Now between the circles, Demery. Dribbles to his left. Loses it briefly, gets it back. Spins around, bounces it to James. Hop step into the paint, throws one up. It's off the mark. Newell with the rebound over Hickman. Shot rolls off the rim.
How about the push in the back?
Yeah, the two-handed push in the back. Set Nolan into the standard. Yes, I was just going to ask the same question.
Maybe I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Because every time I assume that there's a call, Gonzaga or not, I'm wrong. So our boss is on the mic. He can replace me if you want to. Okay, Livingston.
Newell steps to the free throw line. He has 14 points in the game. Left-handed freshman. Makes his first free throw. Newell ready for number two. Well, all these Georgia Bulldogs take a long time shooting their free throws.
I don't see a count either, and I know that's such a useless thing, but if I'm Huey, I'm asking for one.
20-point lead. Nembhard under heavy pressure. Gets it across half court. Bounces it to Huff between the circles. Left sideline to Hickman. Top the key Battle coming off a screen. Gets to the free throw line. Jumper wouldn't go down. Huff has the rebound. Braden goes back up with it. Rattles it home.
Great offensive rebound and put back right there by Braden Huff.
58-36. 4 minutes gone by second half. Zags on top. Emery picks up his dribble on the far sideline. His pass is to James at the three-point line. Quickly left side to Lawrence. Lawrence finds Newell. Newell takes an extra step. You better get that one.
Yeah,
yep, they got it. Bulldogs with a nice start to the second half here. They have a 22-point lead. 58-36, 15:44 to play first half. We've got a timeout in Wichita. You're listening to Gonzaga Bulldog basketball from Learfield.
Some days you hit snooze, but not today. Today you have to go on a run to get burgers for the tailgate. You've got to haul something heavy, a cooler stocked with Bud Light. When you've got beer and football, nothing is hard until the other team scores. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus. Copyright 2024 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Every year, the crowds go crazy for the Cal Triple Play of the Day, where you
can get tricked out cool trucks or sporty SUVs just in time for winter. And this week, you can delay all payments until next year. Get a minimum $2,000 trade-in value for your old ride, plus get a 2-year service maintenance program with every vehicle sold, which is a triple play opportunity this week at both Cal locations.
BECU. You've heard the name, seen the letters. But what does BECU stand for? Simply put, not-for-profit BECU stands for people. For charting your own path. For choosing what's right for members instead of what's profitable for someone else. Because they are the reason our credit union exists. So we do everything in our power to help them reach their financial goals. BECU. Power in people. All Pacific Northwest residents are eligible to join. Federally insured by NCUA.
Gonzaga led this game 48-27 at halftime. They have held off Georgia here early in the second half. The Bulldogs' lead is 58-36. Ag West Farm Credit, a financial cooperative that provides financing, crop insurance, and related services to farmers and ranchers across the West. From small family businesses to large operations, Ag West brings the experience and financial know-how to help you grow your best future. So, Mo, the Bulldogs have outscored Georgia 10-9. Here coming out of the locker room, you talk about, obviously, right? I mean, you're in that locker room for 20 minutes if you're Georgia, and it's like, we got to go, we need to make a run. And GU did a nice job of stopping that in the first 4 minutes.
Yeah, you got to match their intensity. I said that coming out, and it's so true, and it's so cliche, but it's you know, in the NCAA tournament and in any college basketball game, you know, teams can make runs now with a three-point shot, and you know, how many more attempts and how many more skilled guys are at making threes. So you have to come out with the same intensity, kind of take away their belief, because a belief is a big factor, and it's like start looking up and going, well, you know, we got 8 minutes left, you know what I mean, and then 4, and then they're going to pack it up and say, well, it's time to go home and go to a frat party when I get back. So you got to be able to match their intensity. Our guys have done that so far.
Creighton up with 5 points here in the second half. Joins Hickman in battle in double figures with 12. Heavy pressure from Georgia. Nembhard into the front court with the dribble. Gets it away to Huff. Huff hands it off to Hickman. Dribbles to the right wing. Over to Nembhard on the sideline. Dribbles to the free throw line. Pull-up jumper comes up short. Rebound goes to Kane. He's on the run quickly. Nembhard to beat. Leans in. Oh, no.
Jumping backwards.
Wow. Kane is falling down, trying to make contact with Ryan. He just pulled the chair. Just got out of the way.
Thought he played really good defense there. That's a bad one.
And Coach Few's having that same conversation.
Same thing we're saying. He's literally just showed him. He's like, he's jumping backwards. That's our guy from up north.
Yes, it is. Kane at the line. Sophomore guard makes his first. Newell checks out. Back in is Godfrey. For the Bulldogs, Innocenti will replace Hickman. Kane ready for his second. That free throw, his first point of the afternoon. He makes them both. 58-38 Gonzaga. Nembhard defended by Lawrence to the backcourt. One-handed pass to the front court to Innocenti. Away to Huff. Now left side, Nembhard. Quickly down low, Ike. Defended by Godfrey. These guys have had some good physical battles. Graham spins to the baseline. Shot up. Wouldn't go. Huff tries to tip it in. That's no good. James rebounds. Quickly to Lawrence, who's into the front court with it. Lawrence bounces it to Godfrey. Godfrey backing down, Ike. Into the paint. Little hook shot is up and short. Innocenti tips the rebound. Now controls it. And passes it away to Nembhard. Ryan up the right sideline. Lawrence slows him down. Pass out to Huff. Huff left corner. Innocenti tried to touch it down low to Ike. It's stolen by Demaray, and now a foul is going to be called on Innocenti. That is now fourth team foul on the Bulldogs here in the second half.
Got to be concerned about here. Obviously, if you want to come back from a Georgia standpoint, you want the clock to stop and get into the bonus and be able to make free throws.
Zags lead it 58-38, 14:41 to play. Inbound to Lawrence, who's going to run the show now. He gives it up to James. Out top, Godfrey. Quickly back to Lawrence. Lawrence for Godfrey again. He bobbles it, gets it back. Pass out to Kane. He fires a straightaway three, and that one's good. 58-41. Bulldogs on top with 14:20 to play. Ike will bring up the floor. Short pass to Nemhard. Nemhard driving right to Ike. Ike fakes the pass. Little runner from Graham is up and in.
Not a foul.
Through contact.
I was hoping the ref could hear me when I said it. He's right next to us.
60-41. Into the corner, Lawrence dribbles. Ike knocked it away from him. Now Lawrence is complaining, saying that he got fouled. It's going to be Georgia basketball. Surreal checks back in, replacing James. 6 minutes gone by second half. Bulldogs lead it 60-41 over Georgia. Inbound to Kane. Kane will shoot a quick three. That one's off the mark. Fight for the rebound. And again, Greg and Godfrey are holding each other. And the foul's going to go against Ben Gregg. That's 5 team fouls on the Bulldogs. Wow. Demaray looks to inbound. Pass it into Kane. He bobbles, gets it back. Travel. Spats out to Godfrey. Now for Kane again. Coach Mike White directing traffic. They get it to Godfrey out top, looking over the top. Surreal catches and scores on Innocente. Surreal with the bucket. Battle into the front court. Lawrence is all over him. Tries to flop into an offensive foul. Didn't get the call. Battle now defended by Godfrey. Can't shake three of them. Now puts his head down, drives, spins on a fadeaway. Back ironed and drops for Battle. Wins the one-on-one matchup. 62-43, Zags on top. Demery passes free throw line. Godfrey into the paint, spins and scores.
Good take by Godfrey on there. That was pretty good defense by Ben Gregg. Nice spin move in the paint.
Nemhard across half court, picks up his dribble, gets it up the sideline to Innocente. He bounces it to Ike at the three-point line, handoff to Nemhard. Nemhard looking down low. He's got Ike, catches it, bobbles it, gets it back, pass out. Intended for Nemhard, almost stolen by Kane, but Ryan comes away with it. He'll pull up, shoot a deep two. It's no good. Ike, rebound, put back, good. Graham, great hustle. Gets the Bulldogs an extra opportunity and gets the bucket for a 19-point lead. Demaray gets a screen out top from Surreal, splits the defense. It's knocked away by Ike, but Georgia comes away with it. Kane left wide open on the scramble play, knocks down the three-point shot. 64-48. Kane didn't score in the first half. He's got 8 here in the second. Nemhard across half court, picks up the dribble, and the ball is out of bounds. Last touch by Gonzaga. Braden Huff is going to check in. Well, the sense of desperation from Georgia, they've had it here these last 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah, we got to
for a little momentum.
Refocus, can have silly turnovers like we just had. We got to take care of the basketball.
Ike checks out. Huff is back in. Demaray. Defended by Innocente. Dribbles behind his back under the basket. Goes off the bottom of the rim. Huff comes away with the rebound to Gregg. Now Nemhard. Ryan flies down the floor. Passes in the far corner. Battle fakes the three. Steps in and buries the jumper.
Yeah, great shot fake. Got Blue Kane up in the air. Then he goes simple, old school basketball pull-up jumper from about 15 feet.
Demaray dribbles it off his foot out of bounds. Gonzaga ball.
What a gift.
Battle. 21 points for the Bulldogs, who lead at 66-48 over Georgia. We have an official timeout with 11:42 to play here in Wichita. Timeout back after this. You're listening to Gonzaga Bulldog basketball from Learfield.
Shaw Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Services is proud to sponsor Gonzaga Athletics. When it comes to your home or business, you deserve fast, reliable service, and that's exactly what you'll get. Our team is committed to delivering 5-star service with upfront pricing and free quotes on every job, so there's no surprises. Got a plumbing emergency? Don't wait. Call Shaw Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning today at 509-954-5273 or visit ShawPlumbingServices.com. We're the Zags' trusted team for reliable service every time.
Every year, the crowds go crazy for the Cal Triple Play of the Day, where you can get tricked-out cool trucks or sporty SUVs just in time for winter. And this week, you can delay all payments until next year. Get a minimum $2,000 trade-in value for your old ride, plus get a 2-year service maintenance program with every vehicle sold, which is a triple play opportunity this week at both Cal locations.
At Papa Murphy's, dinner's easy and delicious. We make it fresh, scratch-made dough, hand-chopped veggies, so you can bake it at home. Hot, fresh, and perfect every time. Try the Cowboy Pizza tonight for just $12.99. Order now at papamurphys.com. Change the way you pizza. At Papa Murphy's, dinner's easy and delicious. We make it fresh, scratch-made dough, hand-chopped veggies, so you can bake it at home. Hot, fresh, and perfect every time. Try the Cowboy Pizza tonight for just $12.99. Order now at papamurphys.com. Change the way you pizza.
Earn your bragging rights at Northern Quest with more slot machines, table games, restaurants, lounges, and luxury hotel rooms than anyone else in the region. Northern Quest, yes, the best. More at northernquest.com. Tom Hudson, Adam Morrison with you here in Wichita. A little spurt there from the Georgia Bulldogs. Gonzaga has been able to answer thanks in large parts to Caliph Battle. KB, 21 points for the Bulldogs, the 6th time in his last 13 games that he's scored 20 or more. He's been good.
Terrific rhythm so far, obviously, in the first half, got himself going, but I just love the pace that he's playing at. We talked about that at halftime. It's just slowed down half a click. Still has the burst towards the rim. Still looking to score, but it's not forced every single time, and he's letting the game come to him. And when he does that, he's one of the best perimeter guys in the country, and that's why we got him in the portal last year. He's had a great stretch here. I think that middle of the season where he got benched, it happened to be my sophomore year. Just to go parallel, the last 10 games of that year, I averaged 26 or something like that. Remember, my freshman, my sophomore year, I ended up 19 on the season, but that propelled me to really get the confidence. But sometimes you need that kind of shot in the arm, and he's taking advantage of it.
Nolan Hickman bringing the ball up the floor now. Demery all over him. Nolan's across the timeline. Ryan Denmark getting a little breather. Gives it up the Battle. Back to Hickman. Fires a three. Oh, net again for Nolan Hickman. Bulldogs 69, Georgia 48.
A design flare screen out of the timeout. I love that call by Coach Few.
Demery out to Montgomery, who's in for the first time. Now Godfrey at the three-point line. Hands it off to Kane for a deep three. That one comes up short. Huff takes a rebound away from Innocente. A couple of Zags there. But Deshane Montgomery in for the first time. He's a sophomore. The Bulldogs work it to Huff. He skips it to Innocente. Touches it out to Battle. Drives. Nice. Beautiful no-look to Ben Gregg. Couldn't finish the shot, but he's fouled.
Great pass.
I think it's safe to say KB's feeling it.
Yeah, he's springy. He's on, on his toes, jumping up and down. That was a no-looker in the paint. Ben Gregg's got to finish that. He knows that. But good call by the official by kind of going old school and waiting to see if he made it or not.
First free throw for Ben Gregg is good.
I'd like to see Ben turn that one over.
Yep.
I don't think he has the lift that he's had in the past. I think there's some fatigue maybe or something, but...
Official making sure that Godfrey tucks in his jersey. Now we'll give the ball to Ben for a second free throw. Ben makes them both. 71-48. Zags on top. Under 11 to play here in this first round game in Wichita. Demery to Kane, just inside a half court. Kane bounced it three-point line for Godfrey. They work it in the left corner. Demery is wide open. His three wouldn't go down. Rebound is tipped around, still being batted around. Kane had it. Gregg knocked it away. They're still knocking it around, and the officials are going to say out of bounds. Last touch by GU.
A good hustle all the way, though. Hickman, Innocente, Ben Gregg battling for that loose basketball.
Demery is going to inbound. They must have said they reset the shot clock. Mo, there was a change in possession. Didn't see anybody ever possess that. Reset it to 20. Here's Georgia with the ball. Kane gives it up right side. Godfrey into the paint with the dribble. Spins around, fires back out to Kane. He fakes the three, this time driving on Battle. Gets to the baseline, little fadeaway, won't go down. Kane again falls down, and again, Battle is whistled for the personal, his third. It's going to send Kane to the free throw line where he is 2 for 2. Kane's first is a little bit strong off the back iron. Substitution for Georgia. Montgomery, after a quick stint, gives way to Lawrence, who comes back onto the floor.
It's a quick hook.
Kane misses them both, and Battle has another rebound. Lead is still 23. Hickman running the show for the Bulldogs with Nemhard on the bench. Gives it up left side to Battle. Battle one dribble to Huff between the circles. Huff leaves it for Hickman. Now out to Gregg. Gregg to Hickman on the right sideline. Bounce for Huff. Huff going to work on Newell. Backing him down with that left hand. Into the paint. Spins back to his right. Little hook shot with the offhand is good. Braden Huff patiently going to work on Newell and gets the bucket for a 73-48 lead. This ties Gonzaga's biggest lead of the game.
Wow.
We've got a whistle and a foul. Demery is just backing down Innocente, who backs out of the way. Demery falls, and they call a foul.
That's a bad call. Innocente's in perfect defensive position and just pulls the chair like you said. That's not a foul ever. The guy's leaning, and that's a good read by the defender to see that he's off balance, expecting the contact, and he just pulls the chair and he falls down. That's not a foul.
Innocente's second, and the Georgia Bulldogs are in the...
Now the official is signaling to Coach Few that he had a forearm out. Both of his hands were back. That's where it's just... I love refs. They're the best.
Demery to the line to shoot the front end of a 1-and-1. It is good. I mentioned they take a long time at the line.
I know.
All of them. It must be something.
Something they do. But
yeah, the second one is good.
It's such a random call, but it's almost like, hey, can you at least give me a count, right? You know, it's supposed to be 10 seconds, which I can't even remember the last time I've ever seen it, like, called.
Yeah, no, me neither.
But it's still like, at least watch it, give me a count.
Hey, Demery, after making that second free throw, limped off the floor. They brought Montgomery right back in. Looks like maybe cramps down there, Mo. The trainer taking a look.
Yeah.
Let's stretch it out. So he comes out. Hickman to the front court. Right sideline pass to Innocente. Back to Nolan. He finds Huff open on the right wing. Double comes. Kicks left side. Battle again. Knocking it down again. Caleb Battle putting on a show in his first NCAA tournament game. Give him 24. Zags' biggest lead of the game now. They're up 26. Montgomery drives, spins it off the glass with the left hand and in.
Yeah, that was an up and under. That was beautiful.
Hickman into the front court, picks it up. Able to get it away to Ajayi, who's just checked in. Ajayi bounces to Innocente, who finds Huff. Braden rattles it home for two more, and he's having a game. 16 for the sophomore big man.
And excellent unselfishness by Innocente. Could have gone on up himself, but gets it up to the open player.
Lawrence bounces it to Godfrey. Godfrey throws up the lob. Newell throws it down. 78-54 now, Gonzaga with the lead as we approach 8.5 to go. Hickman just inside a half court. Ryan Nemhard waits to check in. Passes it away to Battle. Now quickly to Innocente. Innocente gives it up to Hickman. Looks like George has backed off in a little bit of a zone here. Hickman skips back left side for Innocente. Innocente picks up his dribble to Ajayi. At the left elbow, dribbles into a 12-footer, wouldn't go down. Fight for the rebound is won by Georgia. Lawrence comes away with it. Lawrence in a step-back three, off the dribble, misses. Ball's knocked out of bounds, and it will stay with Georgia. 8:02 to play. Nemhard will return for the Bulldogs, taking over for Caleb Battle. The Bulldog fans here sitting behind the GU bench can give him a nice round of applause.
Yeah, he's had a terrific game so far. Times have changed, though. If I have 24 and I'm rolling, and I'm not seeing anybody checking me out here, Coach.
Lob into Kane at the three-point line. Fakes the three, dribbles to his left, bounces back to Cyril, who bangs it in off the glass.
Good finish.
Surreal with the finish. 78-56. 1:08 to play here in Wichita. The Zags have dominated this game since the beginning. Nemhard gives it up to Inocente. And looks the high post to Huff. Huff with a little one-hander. That's good. Two more for Braden. Zags lead at 80-56. GU raced out to a 13-0 lead here, had a 30-5 advantage in the first half. Montgomery, the lefty, misses the three. Newell tips the rebound right to Surreal, who goes up and dunks and pulls on that rim for extra measure. We do not need that thing to come down.
Yeah, he really rocked that thing. It's a big kid, man.
He's a strong kid who didn't start playing basketball till he was in his teens. Reading in his bio, first time that he dunks, he did that before he made a layup. How about that? Left side, Inocente shoots a three. That comes up short. Rebound chased down by Kane for Georgia. Under 7 to play. Lawrence into the front court, dribbles it off his knee. Inocente almost stolen away, but Lawrence chases it down. Newell now out top, driving on Huff. And Braden's going to be called for the body bump. It's the perfect storm there. Newell's a little bit off balance. Braden definitely gave him the hip and knocked him off course. Foul on Braden Huff. That is his third of the game. 6:40 to play here in Wichita. Gonzaga 80, Georgia 58. You're listening to Gonzaga Bulldog basketball from Learfield.
Spokane International Airport is a proud sponsor of Gonzaga Athletics. The airport connects Zags fans and alums with over 60 daily departures to more than 20 nonstop destinations provided by 7 major airlines, as well as one-stop connections to most major metropolitan centers throughout the U.S. Real-time arrival and flight departure information is available at SpokaneAirports.net. Spokane International Airport, when it's time to fly.
Shaw Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Services is proud to sponsor Gonzaga Athletics. When it comes to your home or business, you deserve fast, reliable service, and that's exactly what you'll get. Our team is committed to delivering 5-star service with upfront pricing and free quotes on every job, so there's no surprises. Got a plumbing emergency? Don't wait. Call Shaw Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning today at 509-954-5273 or visit ShawPlumbingServices.com. We're the Zags' trusted team for reliable service every time.
At Western National Insurance, NICE is a little word that does big things for everyone. NICE is a helping hand when you need it most, and the peace of mind that comes from knowing you can trust the person on the other end of the call. For more than a century, we've been protecting individuals, families, and businesses with NICE as our foundation. Experience the power of NICE for yourself. Ask your independent insurance agent for Western National.
Gonzaga has led Georgia since the opening tip. A Nolan Hickman 3 got the scoring started, and the Zags have not looked back. They lead at 80-58 with 6 minutes and 40 seconds to play here in Wichita, Kansas. If you're looking for an all-star lineup of sporty all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive vehicles, make the smart play and head on out to Cal. Gonzaga is hit 30 of 50 shots from the field. That's 60%. They're 12 out of 17 shooting threes, Mo. Nolan and Caleb have led the way there as Gonzaga's closing in on a tournament record here this afternoon.
Yeah, 12 of 17, just absolutely lighting it up from the fields, from the three-point line, shooting with a lot of confidence. That's half the battle, is just, wanting to take those shots and living with the results, but not hesitating and then catching the ball as a shooter every single time. Braden Huff has been terrific inside, 8 of 11, 18 points. Graham Ike, 5 of 8, 10 points as well. So it's been just a terrific offensive showing. Still 6:40 to go. Obviously, the game feels good at this moment, but you still have to have one more spurt to get over the finish line. and get some of your guys off the floor.
Newell's going to step to the free throw line to shoot the front end of a 1-and-1. Newell has 18 points to go along with 7 rebounds. Demery has 12. That free throw is no good. Ajayi has the rebound. Nembhard brings the ball up the floor. Montgomery continues to defend. Pass up the left side to Innocente in front of Coach Few. Now to Ike. Short one to Nembhard. Nembhard spins away from pressure, bounces back to Graham. Graham fakes right, sweeping hook across the lane. No good, but a whistle and a foul. 6 minutes, 22 seconds to play. It's an 80-58 Gonzaga lead as Ike steps to the free throw line. Graham has made it to double figures with 10. He's going to shoot 2 free throws here. And foul one on Surreal, just his second. Graham's first free throw, a little too strong. He popped out, and he'll shoot one more. Graham goes 1 for 2. Demery walks it across half court where he's met by Innocente. Gives it up to Newell, three-point line, right back to Demery. Demery gets a big screen from Surreal, dribbles to the left elbow, pull-up jumper, no good. Ike, after challenging the shot, goes in and grabs the rebound. Hands it off to Hickman. Nolan's quickly up the right sideline, gives it up to Graham, who hands it right back to Hickman. Turns the corner with the left hand, throws the alley-oop.
How's that not a foul?
Boy, Demery just...
How's that not a foul?
Took Graham Ike out of the play.
Jeez.
Georgia trying to run. And they throw it right back to Gonzaga. Here's Nembhard off the Ike screen, dribbles to the right wing, pass back out to Ajayi. Mike going to work, pull-up jumper from 17.
Nice shot.
Net.
Great right to left crossover. To go back to that play, if this was a closer game, they would have had that play. They would be like, what is, you know what I mean? Yeah. So, like, it gets brushed over a little bit, but that was like a two-handed shove on a pass where he can't even have a chance to complete it.
Yeah, Surreal is down right now. To check his census, nobody from his team is checking out. Poor kid's sitting under the basket by himself. Now their trainer comes out, and they've got an official review going on right now. I don't know if he got hit in the throat. Maybe Probably. I did not see that play through all of the stuff. There are a lot of bodies between us and where Surreal's standing right now, but he's obviously in some pain.
Weird sequence. Graham gets shoved out of bounds, and they're
throwing the alley-oop, and he's going up to jump.
Well, and then the next play they try, right when they get the turnover, they throw it right back to Nembhard. You know what I mean? It's like, what? Okay. And then we just had the kid wiping the floor. The ball got stuck in the camera right there, so then he was doing that when Surreal's in pain and nobody's talking to him, and his whole team's on the other end of the floor. Okay, let's just...
Lots to unpack.
Yeah, exactly. Like, holy smokes.
The officials are having a conversation. This is a little more than the last time they looked at the review. Before they said, hey, it's just a basketball play on, but now we've got a conversation. And they're going to say that he got hit in the throat.
Flagrant
It's a flagrant one. Two free throws are coming for Surreal, and Georgia's going to have the ball. And it's interesting, too, it was contact above the shoulders with the elbow.
Yeah. Who was it? Graham? They didn't say who.
They didn't say who it was. No, I didn't see it either. And the funny thing is, it's one of those they didn't call the foul on the play. And Surreal will step to the free throw line. And he makes the first. 5 minutes, 33 seconds to play here. Surreal gets ready for his second free throw. That gives him 10 points. It's 83-60, and Georgia's going to have the ball. Gonzaga has made 8 of its last 10, and they do charge Graham Ike with the foul. That is his third. Gonzaga's led by as many as 26. That came midway through the second half. Bulldogs open up a 30-5 lead to start. Montgomery back on the floor, has it out top. Short pass to Desmarais. Those two is right in front of his own bench. Calling for it is Newell. He has it. Defended at about 20 feet by Ajayi. Backing Mike down. Into the paint with it. Lefty goes up and comes up short. Ajayi with the rebound. Hands it off to Nembhard. Ryan surveys. Now fires a pass left side to Innocente. To Ajayi out top. Ajayi fakes left. Driving right. Gets a defender in the air. Kicks it out to Ike. Bulldogs in no hurry, leading 83-60. Nembhard to the three-point line left side out to Ike. Fakes the three. Pass back to Nembhard. 10 seconds to shoot. Ryan picks up his dribble. Looking for Ike down low. He's got him. Graham off the glass and in. 2 more for Graham Ike. He's having a nice second half after sitting on the bench with some foul trouble in the first.
Yeah, great inside pivot there to create the angle.
Desmarais able to get it away to Montgomery out top. He dribbles to his left. Lefty jumper is off the back rim, and the rebound goes to Ajayi again for the Bulldogs. Nembhard passes in the front court to Innocente. Dusty Stromer gets set to check back in. Now to Ike at the top of the key. To Nembhard, we're going to get a whistle on a foul. Goes against Surreal. A little grab out top. Yeah, a little touch foul on a pass that got through. Looks like Kane and James will check back in. Dusty Stromer's going to inbound in front of us here at the table. Checking out Surreal and Montgomery. Stromer, they'll inbound to Nembhard. Shot clock resets to 20. Nembhard to Innocente, back to Nembhard. Right side, Stromer on the perimeter. To Nembhard again between the circles. Tries a no-look. It's deflected, but Ike comes away with it at the top of the key. 5 seconds to shoot. Graham bobbles it. It spins. Gives it up to Ajayi. He'll shoot as the shot clock winds down. It's no good. Newell chases down the rebound. Fires a quick pass to Desmarais, who pulls up on the break. And misses the three. Stromer rebounds to Innocente, and now Nembhard walks it up the floor. Innocente in front of the GU bench now. Out to Ajayi between the circles. One dribble handoff to Nembhard. Nembhard looks down low to Ajayi with a no-look on a pick and roll, and Ajayi couldn't handle the pass. Kane to Newell running the other way. Blocked by Ike, but a foul is going to go against the Bulldogs. 2 white shirts were there. Let's see who they get. It will be Graham, his 4th of the game. 3:22 to play here in Wichita, Kansas. It has been all Zags. 85-60 is our score. Our final official timeout of the night. You're listening to Gonzaga Bulldog basketball from Learfield.
At Western National Insurance, we're passionate about the power of nice. That's because nice isn't just a word. It's our way of doing business. It's about surpassing expectations, bringing kindness and decency to our work, and providing a helping hand when you need it most. And we've been putting nice first for more than a century. Find out just how powerful nice can be. Contact your independent insurance agent today and ask for Western National.
Close your eyes and imagine eating surf and turf at the fanciest steakhouse you've ever been to. Smell the beef, the fish, the cheddar sauce. Oh, there's no cheddar sauce at your imaginary steakhouse? Then open your eyes and head to Arby's. Get a beef and cheddar, fish and cheddar, or crispy fish. 2 for just $6.99. It's even better than you ever imagined. Arby's, we have the meats.
At participating Arby's for a limited time.
Anyone who works for themselves has the toughest boss on the planet, a real taskmaster with no respect for nights or weekends. Still, it doesn't have to be lonely at the top. Wheatland Bank makes running a business seamless with a careful mix of personal service, deep resources, and the latest tech. After all, you're only human. Unlike that bully whose name's on the door, you're 5-star Wheatland Bank. Relationships you can count on.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Now, Gonzaga basketball is brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Visit Toyota.com or your local Toyota dealer today. Toyota, let's go places. Tom Hudson, Adam Morrison with you here in Wichita, where the Bulldogs continue to lead. They have not trailed in this basketball game. Gonzaga's led for 36 minutes and 10 seconds. The Zags raced out to that 13-0 lead, and they have not looked back. Bo still shooting 60% from the field. 12 out of 17 from behind the three-point line. They're +4 on the glass right now. We talked about points off of turnovers, and look at that number right now in this basketball game.
Yeah, it's crazy. 25-5 in GU's favor. 13 turnovers for Georgia, and you talked about it a ton on pregame, how much they can't really take care of the basketball. They had more turnovers than assists, which is a crazy number, and especially in the way today's game is played with higher possessions. Guys are a little more skilled. Shot-making abilities usually higher than what you would consider for that type of number. So good job by our guys, not only causing turnovers, and I'm going to be frank, too, sometimes Georgia just threw it out of bounds.
Yep, there were a couple of them,
especially early. It was like, oh, God.
Yep.
But also going down and scoring and capitalizing on them is an important aspect as well.
Newell, the left-handed freshman at the line, he makes his first free throw. And now ready for his second. That one's all net.
8.5 seconds. I was counting in my head.
That gets Newell to 20 points on the game to go along with 8 rebounds, both team bests. Hickman across half court with it as Ryan Nemhard gets a breather. Dejana is checked in for the Bulldogs, so has Stromer. They're out there with Ajayi and Inocente. Manuel underhanded flip to Ajayi, fakes right, drives left. He's cut off, spins, can't get up a shot instead. Nice little bounce pass down low to Dejana, and it's going to be a jump ball call. Zags will keep it alternating possessions with 7 seconds to shoot. Hickman will inbound for GU. Lobs it out for Stromer, who makes the play. Like throwing it up for grabs the wide receiver. Demaray all over him. Dusty drives, couldn't finish. Dejana tried to dunk it, could not. Ajayi gets it back, and there's a whistle, a foul against Georgia. One of the Bulldogs limping a little bit. That's Dylan James. Ajayi's going to shoot a couple of free throws. This arena has cleared out.
Yeah, it is.
Local fans who wanted to see a close game didn't get it. Ajayi's first is good.
It's like the Tacoma Dome. They please change the venue WIA for 3A, 4A, boys and girls. It's just dead. They're 40 yards away from the court. There's no atmosphere at all.
Demaray off the behind-the-back dribble. Awful. Misses the jump shot. Ajayi has another rebound for the Bulldogs. Passes up the sideline to Stromer, who catches and fires at 3, is way off the mark. Kane rebounds the free throw line. Into the front court, driving on Stromer. Dusty challenges and blocks the shot out of bounds. Substitutions coming for Gonzaga. Jun Suk-Yo is going to check in. Joe Few will take the floor for the final 2 minutes and 25 seconds.
Nolan Hickman, what a terrific game.
Yes.
Right, KB is going to get all the praise, rightfully so, but Nolan's got us going 5 of 7 from 3, 5 of 6, 3 of 3 from the free throw line, 18 points, obviously extremely efficient. It's good to see that kid have another good game.
Nolan to the bench, inbound to James, and Jun Suk-Yo is going to be called for a touch foul. And that's going to send James to the free throw line. He's going to shoot 2. June whistled for his first personal. A couple of these Zags made their way to the barbershop on the way to Las Vegas. Dusty and June.
Yeah, they got it high and tight.
Yeah.
For their standards.
Yeah, exactly. Both had the flowing locks going.
Yeah. June almost looks like 3 years younger.
He does. That free throw.
Well, the redshirt kid, Braden Smith, has cut his hair big time, too.
That's right,
Did you see it? The first time I saw him,
yeah.
I was like, man, you get 3 pounds off the top of your head. Like, hold on to it, man. Mine's starting to go, too. And I'm like, man, you don't realize it.
June fakes the three-point shot, and as he goes up for the baseline jumper, he's smacked in the face. A foul against Georgia. June is headed to the line. James whistled for the personal.
Saw 3 gray hairs this morning, too. I'm not even joking, man. This is like...
Let's say he wasn't shooting.
Let's get a Just for Men sponsorship here. Let's get us some free hair dye.
Dejana had it poked away by James. June chases down the loose ball. 2 minutes to play, 10 seconds to shoot. Zags 87-63. Stromer left side pass intended for June. Kane anticipates, steals, and lays it in on the other end. Inocente, into the front court for Gonzaga. Gives it up to June between the circles, right sideline to Few. Few gets a screen, passes left side to Inocente. Inocente to the free throw line. Little one-hander, too strong. Kane with another rebound for Georgia. Demaray into the front court as Mike White keeps his top players on the floor. Demaray going to work on Inocente, gets it underneath the basket. Still spinning around, able to bounce it out to Newell. Newell fakes the shot, dribbles once. That one wouldn't go down for him, pops out. Gonzaga with a rebound. Here's June driving with the left hand. Little fadeaway jumper, no good. Rebound, Dejana, put back, that one is good. Izzo with his first NCAA tournament basket makes it 89-65 with 55 seconds to play. Timeout is called by Georgia. Mike White just wanted to substitute, but this is the NCAA tournament, so when you take that coach's timeout, it extends into a full 55.1 to play. The Zags on their way to moving into the second round of the date with the Houston Cougars. 89-65 is our score. We're back after this. You're listening to Gonzaga Bulldog basketball from Learfield.
The next time you visit Northern Quest, we suggest bringing your sea legs and your lead foot. It's the $100,000 Ben's Voyage giveaway. Play daily with your Camus Rewards card, and you could win a cruise line adventure or a brand new Mercedes GLC 300 with an inline-4 turbo. Tax and licensing included. Speeding tickets are on you, though. The Ben's Voyage giveaway. Grand prize drawing March 31st. Details at northernquest.com.
BECU. You've heard the name, seen the letters. But what does BECU stand for? Simply put, not-for-profit BECU stands for people. For charting your own path. For choosing what's right for members instead of what's profitable for someone else. Because they are the reason our credit union exists. So we do everything in our power to help them reach their financial goals. BECU. Power in people. All Pacific Northwest residents are eligible to join. Federally insured by NCUA.
Jan from Toyota here. Feeling cooped up from winter? Well, now until March 31st is the perfect time for a new Toyota, like Camry, Grand Highlander, and more. So you can get back out there and do the things you love, like hitching up the boat to a tundra for a lake day.
I haven't water skied in a long time.
Live out your spring fantasies with a new Toyota. Come in today.
Go from dreaming it to driving it. Dealer inventory may vary. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Toyota, let's go places.
$89-65 Gonzaga over Georgia. The number 8 leads to the number 9. We've got 55 seconds to play here in Wichita. With First Interstate, it's about supporting our communities and cheering on our teams. Thank you for letting us be your trusted community bank for more than 50 years. First Interstate Bank, built for you. Member FDIC. So our final timeout of the afternoon and the final game in our session. We've got one of the other regions that'll play tonight. Final game tonight. Texas Tech is going to be tipping off at 9:16 local time. Wow. Yeah, it seems late. First, the next game is at 6:30.
Yeah.
So about 2.5 hours. A lot of the fans have made their way out of here, but I guarantee you every Gonzaga fan in attendance is still in this building. They announced 14,355 folks in the building for our first session here today. And because it's an NCAA tournament, you're buying tickets for 2 separate sessions. They've got to clear the building out.
And then come back in.
Desmarais stays on the floor, inbounds to Lawrence. Right back to Desmarais. They have checked in Brandon Klatsky off the bench. Desmarais shoots a 3. He makes it over Innocente. 89-68. Stromer gets a screen from Dejana, dribbles to his right. Pass back left side, June's wide open. He lets the 3 fly. That comes up short. Innocente, the rebound kicks out Tim at the 3-point line. Back out to Stromer. Shot clock resets. It's at 15 now. Stromer gets a screen from Dejana, dribbling to his left. Now to the baseline. Pass out for Innocente, almost stolen. Manuel going to work. Pulls up, shoots a 3. It's no good. Joe Few flies and saves the ball into the hands of Stromer. Shot clock is off. Game clock ticking down. Dusty will dribble away from pressure and dribble the clock out. There's the horn, and that'll do it. For the 16th consecutive season, the Zags are headed to the second round of the NCAA tournament. Gonzaga leading wire to wire, knocking off the number 9 seeded Georgia Bulldogs 89-68. Next up, a date with the number 1 seed, the Houston Cougars. We're back after this. You're listening to Gonzaga Bulldog basketball from Learfield.
At Western National Insurance, NICE is a little word that does big things for everyone. NICE is a helping hand when you need it most, and the peace of mind that comes from knowing you can trust the person on the other end of the call. For more than a century, we've been protecting individuals, families, and businesses with NICE as our foundation. Experience the power of NICE for yourself. Ask your independent insurance agent for Western National.
Some days you hit snooze, but not today. Today you have to go on a run to get burgers.